Good evening, and welcome to Big Z Sports presentation of high school football. Tonight, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, Novellus, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, and TMK Valley Propane presents an IVC matchup with the Newcomerstown Trojans and the East Canton Hornets. Tonight's game is also brought to you by First National Bank of Denison, the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team, Wood Electric, and Keim Home Center. Now let's head to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio for the best coverage of high school football with Nick McWilliams and Andrew Gibb.
It is football time in Newcomerstown. Good evening, everyone. Big Z Sports is on location in Newcomerstown to bring you the Trojans hosting the Hornets of East Canton. Nick McWilliams, Andrew Gibb, and Daniel Adams along for the ride for you as we get set for an IVC clash. Andrew, back in the booth. Good to have you back.
I'm glad to be back, honestly. You know, that first time in there, a little nerve-wracking. I think this time got down. I got my flow going this time.
Well, look at it this way. You didn't do anything so bad that you got fired, so that's a good sign,
That's always
right?
a good point, yeah.
And we will be checking in throughout the evening as well down with Daniel Adams down there along the sideline as he's right now doing some of our social media stuff and everything, getting set to go. Very appreciative to have him. This promises to be an interesting matchup. You know, you got Newcomerstown coming into this at 3-2, 2 straight losses. Not something that we have actually seen from the Trojans all that often in recent history.
Yeah, it's definitely an oddity, but, I mean, both those games were very interesting games. I mean, last week it was one of those ones they started surging comeback, and people started wondering, will they win this game and go on to be 4-1? Obviously, you know, it's fourth quarter. You only get so much time with the ball, and you're down, trying to do my math here, 27 points?
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact score, but it's pretty close to that.
Yeah. So that's a big deficit to come back from. The fact that they surged back to 10 is a credit to them on their own. So, but this is definitely going to be an interesting matchup for sure. And East Canton definitely is a team that, you know, their record definitely does not reflect how good this team could be. The fact that they're 17-3, or the teams that have beat them have a record combined of 17-3, shows how good the teams they are. The one knock I can give them, the team that they did beat is 0-5. So it's kind of one that, you know, you played a lot of good teams and you hung in there the best you could, and they're very good teams, but the team you beat is not great. So it's kind of one of those ones you got to weigh it as to which way it kind of goes. You can always look at it either way.
Absolutely, and you know, that is something that we're going to hear more about from when we talk to Coach Spider-Miller. Got to interview a legend in Coach Spider-Miller. That was a pretty fun experience, but we also got to talk to Dirk Gadd for the Trojans, so he'll have some more of his insights as well. But looking at this game from the outside, looking in as to the importance in the IVC, obviously any conference matchup is a big deal, but for Newcomerstown, you know, the 2 losses that they have, they posted them against non-conference opponents, but now starts their side of the IVC. They start off with East Canton, a team that struggled this far. Then they get TCC, a team that has not won a game yet to this point. Then they get Malvern, who we know is a very good football team, but they're coming off of a big loss in Week 5. Then it's Strasburg and Buckeye Trail. So for Newcomerstown, you know, with those 2 losses, I wouldn't be shocked if their goal is to run the table the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely looking at the rankings and going, all right, currently we're number 9. We're sitting in a position where as long as we keep doing what we were doing right before those 2 losses, we're going to have a good seed. And even if we do falter a little bit somewhere in this IVC stretch, we're still probably keeping our playoff spot. So they're definitely in a situation in which they go, we have games to give, but we go, which game do they have the most realistic chance of losing in that is really the hard part.
And we will go down to the sideline now with Daniel Adams. Daniel, welcome back to the sideline.
Hey, great to be here. Great to be here in Newcomerstown. It's a beautiful night for football.
And you get the natural grass surface. I know that's it's a hot debated topic, but it's so well kept here in Newcomerstown. However, you can tell we are past the midway point of the season, and this team likes to run the ball, given where you can see the groove marks.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've been down here a couple times already this year, and I mean it's definitely getting its wear and tear, Nick.
Now, something else that's cool, let everybody know, I mean, obviously they're going to see it on our live stream tonight, but Newcomerstown doing that really, really cool thing they do with the National Guard. It's going to be Military Appreciation Night, going to be alternative uniforms.
Absolutely. I mean, they're very excited about this. The cheerleaders got some jerseys on, too. They got the jerseys. I'm pretty sure they honor a National Guard member, too, so just overall really good for the community.
Sure enough, you say honor a National Guard member, and I think they're about ready to do that as there's a tunnel for Newcomerstown to run through when they come out as well. So cool stuff. Thank you, Daniel. We'll check in with you throughout our broadcast here tonight. But we are only about, say, 16 minutes away from kickoff as we'll get set to take our first time out here. Newcomerstown and East Canton will be coming up. You are listening in to the Wood Electric pregame show live from the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio. Stick around. Big Z Sports has more after this.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Jeanette Hutton, South Broadway, and Schunbrunn in New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Novellis Uriksville is the world leader in aluminum recycling, and they need you. They have immediate openings for general laborers, equipment operators, and various skilled trade positions. They'll start you at $22 per hour or higher. There are advancement opportunities, and Novellis offers industry-leading benefits. To apply or find out more, go to novellis.com/careers and search Uriksville. That's novellis.com/careers and search Uriksville. Novellis is an equal opportunity employer.
Fell can sell. When you choose the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team, you can count on local expertise, terrific communication, an expert negotiator on your side, and detail-oriented service throughout the process. Real estate does not have to be difficult or stressful. Choose a team that will make the process quick, easy, and professional start to finish. Whether you are ready to buy or ready to sell, make sure you call Caleb Fell with the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in Sugar Creek, Strasburg, and downtown New Philadelphia, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes and teams good luck.
Welcome back to the Wood Electric pregame show. We are now alongside the sideline with the coach for the East Canton Hornets. It is Spider Miller. And Coach, first of all, very thankful to have you on here and very excited to feature the East Canton Hornets.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate what you guys do. Thank you.
And obviously this season thus far, some growing pains for you guys. You did have the win earlier on this year. Kind of a young team, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're young, but we've been bit by injuries, too, and 4 out of the 5 teams we played are, I think they're 20-2 or 17-3, so it's not like we played bad teams, and you know, we're growing and we're getting better, and we don't quit, and we'll do what we got to do, you know.
And Coach, I kind of wonder from that, you mentioned the combined record of the opponents you've had. Does that go back to that old adage of iron sharpens iron? Do you expect that to pay big dividends in the end?
I hope it does. I mean, we've learned from it. I mean, as long as we can get everybody healthy and back, it's been every week there's been somebody, probably 2 or 3 guys out. And for us, with 28 kids, you know, you got to play shuffleboard sometimes with kids, but that's okay. And they've accepted the challenge. And you know, hey, they'll come out and fight. You know what I mean? They'll come out and play hard. So we'll see what happens.
And from what we've been told about this East Canton team, you guys are not going to be afraid to try to spread it out, try to go out on the perimeter and use some of your speed. Is that kind of the MO that your offense is going to bring into this?
That's the MO. I mean, you know, they play man-to-man and they keep 7 guys in the box, so sometimes it's hard to run against 7 men. So we'll figure it out. We'll adjust and do some different things, and yeah, we'll definitely spread it out and try to get them out of the box a little bit and see what we can do.
Now, looking across the field at Newcomerstown, we always ask the opponents who come in here, it's a bit of an offense that a lot of people don't see necessarily anymore. How have you guys practiced with that this week for the Trojans?
Well, we practice it just like we have in the past, but, you know, we've been around for a while, some of us, and Cardinal Mooney used to run the stack eye double tights too and throw the ball 4 times, and 3 of them would be touchdowns because you don't read your keys. So, you know, I was joking with Coach when we come in. I said, well, you got to run dive, you got to run ISO, you got to run power, you got to run counter, then you're going to run power pass. He says, you're about right, Coach. So, you know, so you know what you're getting. It's just, you know, trying to control the line of scrimmage and read your keys and tackle. Mm-hmm. You know, tackle well.
And finally for you, Coach, biggest key for East Canton to pick up a victory here away from home tonight?
I think we got to control the football on offense and keep the ball out of their hands. I mean, they're so well coached and they're great kids, and we can do that and maybe get a couple turnovers here on them. That would be perfect, you know, and get the momentum going in our favor. But I think we got to control the line of scrimmage on both sides, which is going to be a challenge, but that's okay. We can handle it.
Thank you so much for your time, Coach, and good luck to the Hornets.
Thank you very much.
Head coach Spider Miller for the East Canton Hornets in your Wood Electric pregame show. Stick around as we have kickoff upcoming from Newcomerstown, but first we're going to hear from Trojans head coach Dirk Gadd with Big Z Sports.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products, DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC vitamins and minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
TMK Valley Propane is embracing remote tank monitors. Are you tired of going outside to check your propane tank or forget to order your propane on time? TMK Valley Propane now provides reliable remote tank monitoring technology. Let TMK Valley Propane take the worry away, provide timely delivery, and never run out of propane again. Thank you for your trust in TMK Valley Propane.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
This is Jordan Hartzler. At Hartzler's Quality Housing, our goal is to help customers achieve the dream of home ownership. We have been a family-owned, affordable housing business for over 40 years. We value our customers and have the knowledge and experience to help you walk through the home buying process from start to finish.
Conveniently located just off I-77 in New Philadelphia, stop by and browse their model homes or learn more by visiting hartzlers.com. Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Back into your Wood Electric pregame show live from Newcomerstown. Big Z Sports bringing you high school football action from Z Country. Newcomerstown hosts East Canton. We'll now go along the sideline with the coach. For Newcomerstown, it's head coach Dirk Gadd, and of course their game breakdowns all season long, brought to you by Simona Bolteron. Coach, coming in here, coming off of back-to-back losses, that might not sound great for just on paper, but you know, you look at the two teams that you guys just went up against, Barnesville and Martins Ferry, very, very tough opponents. So what did you learn from those games?
I learned that we need to be more physical, and we scheduled those two games because we knew that those were going to be two physical football teams that are well coached, and I thought that those two teams would make us better, and heading into our conference play, I thought that we would learn a lot from those two, and it would get us ready for our conference run here.
So we talked a little bit before we started the interview about that last week's game. You know, we saw the score that Martins Ferry kind of jumped out to. We thought, all right, well, Newcomerstown might have struggled in this one. You guys really kind of came back at the end and made it pretty close. So do you have any idea as to what the key was for that?
Yeah, we didn't really make any big changes in the second half, but we just, you know, came alive in the fourth quarter, and at that time we had dug ourselves a hole, and it was just too late. But a credit to our kids, they never gave up, and that showed me a lot right there. We got down, you know, several touchdowns, and, you know, fourth quarter, next thing I know, we're right back in the football game. So there's no quitting our kids, and I was proud of them for that.
And even in a loss like that, you guys still had a very, very stout rushing attack once again. We know that Carter McConnell and Dom Singer, as well as Brody Brickles, have really been carrying the load lately. How well have they kind of been gelling together, especially when you talk about them rotating in and out?
Yeah, the nice thing about them is we can move them all around in the backfield. You know, they can play fullback, tailback. They block well for each other. You know, Brody hasn't had a lot of experience coming into the year. He's just a sophomore. He didn't carry the ball much for us last year, and now we're expecting him to carry the ball a lot, and he's done a great job. He's just a great kid all around, a kid you can trust. And Carter, you know, he's a hard-nosed kid. And Dom Singer, you know, only a sophomore, but very fast and shifty, and he's done a great job back there, so we definitely count on those guys.
Now, defensively, whenever it comes to taking on East Canton, we know that they've kind of struggled this season. They did have the one victory so far, but what did you expect that your defense is going to have to do to slow down them tonight?
They've played some pretty tough teams this year, too, so that can be deceiving. We're going to have to be great tacklers. We're going to have to be able to tackle in space. I know they like to throw the ball around and get the ball out on the edge to their skill kids, so we're going to have to be fundamentally sound, make tackles, get after the quarterback, and be more aggressive than they are.
And finally for you, Coach, just the overall main goal that you guys are going to have, or I guess the main key that's going to bring the Trojans a win here on their home field.
Don't turn the ball over, and I guess I'm going to throw another one in there. Be good on special teams. Those are two things that I think will play a huge role in our success.
Good stuff, Coach. Well, thank you so much, as always, for your time, and good luck.
Thanks, Nick.
That was head coach Dirk Gadd for the Newcomerstown Trojans. Of course, their game breakdowns all season long, brought to you by Simona Bolteron. Stick around for more of your Wood Electric pregame show as we get set for kickoff.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast, professional service to get you back on the road? This is Garrett Jacobs with AutoWorks Collision Center. We service cars, trucks, SUVs, and even semi-trucks and RVs. Whether you need auto glass replacement, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just a free estimate, AutoWorks has you covered. We even offer alignments for your heavy-duty vehicles like buses, motorhomes, and semis with our state-of-the-art Hunter alignment system. Call 330-878-4223. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Let AutoWorks of Strasburg work for you.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Kime, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Kime Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
Welcome back to Newcomerstown and your Wood Electric pregame show. It's Nick, Andrew, and Daniel getting set to bring you today's presentation of high school football. Of course, our presentations all year long brought to you by TMK Valley Propane, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, and Novellus. We're going to go ahead and quickly get to our starting lineups for the game, as I'll go ahead and let Andrew Gibbs start with the visiting East Canton Hornets.
Yep, for East Canton we have Ollie Schrader.
Actually, I'm going to cut you off because I think we're going to the national.
All right, all good.
I apologize for that, Andrew. Real quick timeout. We didn't time that one out perfectly. Stick around as we've got more and your starting lineups coming up before kickoff.
This is Carly Mills. At First Federal Community Bank, our mission is to empower the financial well-being of our community one person at a time. Through integrity and quality, we earn the trust of our customers and exceed their expectations. First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community since 1898. Serving your banking needs in Dover, New Philadelphia, Yurksville, Sugar Creek, Berlin, and Mount Hope. First Federal Community Bank, member FDIC.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast, professional service to get you back on the road? This is Garrett Jacobs with AutoWorks Collision Center. We service cars, trucks, SUVs, and even semi-trucks and RVs. Whether you need auto glass replacement, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just a free estimate, AutoWorks has you covered. We even offer alignments for your heavy-duty vehicles like buses, motorhomes, and semis with our state-of-the-art Hunter alignment system. Call 330-878-4223. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Let AutoWorks of Strasburg work for you.
The certified public accountants at Niedenthal & Company believe in the value of relationships. Niedenthal & Company has been in business for over 50 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Niedenthal & Company can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop in to the Niedenthal facility on North Wooster Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
Dr. Nathan Springer is in the business of making smiles, specializing in braces and Invisalign for children and adults. Dr. Springer provides smiles that can be recognized anywhere. Just look at the winning smile on some of the players. Compliments of Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics. Hey, that smile of pride on the face of mom and dad might be from Dr. Springer too. Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics, in the business of making smiles, at 107 Ray Avenue Northeast in New Philadelphia.
Well, now welcome back to your Wood Electric pregame show from Newcomerstown. Apologies for the sudden break, but let's try that again with our starting lineups there, Andrew, for East Canton.
Yeah, for East Canton we have Ollie Schrader, James Stubblefield, Timmy Dye, Mason Reinhart, Dylan Anderson, Dominic Rita, Andrew McCrae, Frank Gallagher, Braden Moore, Kyle Peterson, Austin Price, and Ethan Saffman.
All right, that'll be your starters for East Canton. Similar to Newcomerstown, a lot of two-way players out there, to my understanding.
Yeah, a lot of two-way players for this.
I was going to say, that's pretty much what Coach Miller told you, I'm assuming, when you went down for that. So for the Newcomerstown Trojans, their starting lineup, again, pretty much both playing on both sides of the ball. We'll have number 7, the sophomore Tanner Smith. He'll play tight end and defensive back. Then it's Watson Elder, number 8. He's a senior. Tight end and linebacker, normally wearing number 9, but wearing number 11 with these military appreciation uniforms. It's quarterback Clayton Fish, the junior. He'll play quarterback and cornerback. 6'1", 160 pounds. Number 20, Dominic Singer. Beside him will be number 21, Brody Brickles in the backfield. In those dual running back, actually kind of triple running back sets that Newcomerstown presents. Both of them are sophomores. Carter McConnell, the big man in the middle of the defense, on the middle linebacker as well as the fullback. He's a junior, and he'll wear number 32. Number 61, now we're down into the lines. It's Ethan Swigert, the junior, who plays on both sides. Landon Castile, number 68, he's a senior. It's the sophomore, standing at 6'2" and 300 pounds, number 71, Logan Metz. Then it's the freshman guard, Martin Hernandez. He wears number 77. And it's Spencer Ebersbach, number 79, the junior, also playing both sides of the football. As one thing we can definitely say, Andrew, East Canton's got a little bit of height, a little bit of size to them, but this line for Newcomerstown always impresses me. They got some big boys up front.
They do, absolutely, yeah. I think this is going to be a good match in the trenches, and that's definitely where we're going to see a lot of this game be played, especially from the Newcomerstown side of the ball with how run-heavy they like to be.
All right, so if he can hear me, I can't see him down there, but I'll see if Daniel Adams has. There he is. I'll see if Daniel's got me now for a quick check-in here before we do get to kickoff. Daniel, you've come to a couple Newcomerstown games now thus far this year. I'm going to try to give you a guess on the over-under 5 passes for the Trojans tonight.
Let's go 6.
6. So you're going with the over.
Let's go 6.
Okay, so just knowing what you know about Newcomerstown, Andrew, over-under 5.
I'll take the over. You know what? It never hurts to take the over.
All right, well, I'm taking the under, so I'm just going to be different from you two. So we'll have to see. You guys have to hold me to it. As you see the Newcomerstown Trojans now entering the field. Really cool stuff for the Military Appreciation Night, as you'll see them go through their banner there, carrying the flags, the United States flag as well as the military branch flags as well. And, this is a great thing that gets put on every year.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing to see that, especially with the National Guard being the people that donate these jerseys. It's a really cool thing to see, and always interesting that, we get to see special jerseys even at the high school level.
So again, that will pretty much wrap up today's Wood Electric pregame show. You are now just a few moments away from kickoff, brought to you by Cartoons. As the bands will clear the field again, the tail of the tape in this one, East Canton enters at 1-4. Newcomerstown sits at 3-2. It's a battle of the IVC, as it's all about conference time now, and all these schools shifting gears and focusing on their conference opponents. We know how tough these games can be for conference play, but Newcomerstown, starting off this second half of their season, we know they're feeling good playing in front of their home fans.
Oh, they absolutely got to be feeling it. I think that it's one of those ones where, your home field, those 2 losses really sting, but now it's kind of you're back in front of your home crowd, you're ready to go. You get East Canton at 1-4, and I think you're coming in hot. The Military Appreciation Night, everything is sitting right for Newcomerstown to get going and get going now.
As of point here, East Canton actually won the toss, and they chose to take the ball to start the game. So Newcomerstown will receive the second half kickoff. Kickoff's brought to you by Cartoons this season as we are underway from Newcomerstown. It's booted high and deep. Picked up by the returner for East Canton. He'll go straight up the middle to the 20, to the 25, and he is submarined under. Good tackle by the Newcomerstown defense there, as it looked like the returner was Timmy Dye, the senior wide receiver for East Canton.
Yeah, definitely a good return there. I think that it was one of those ones I almost thought they were going to do kind of a V formation there. I was like, I didn't think you could do this anymore. I thought that got banned for a little bit. But, yeah, definitely a good return. Gives you a decent field position, getting you right around the 27. So we'll see what they can do. I think they try and get that spread offense going and try and get some stuff on the outside cooking to start the game.
Dye is listed at 6'6", and I don't know if that's a misprint because that did not look quite that tall. As the first play will be swung out to Dye. The pass is well behind him, and they're going to say that was a live ball as a fumble. They're going to say it was a backwards pass, and what a tackle. Guess who? It's Carter McConnell. Expect to call his name out more than a few times this tonight as he slung down the receiver there in Dye for East Canton. McConnell just has a nose for the ball.
Oh, yeah, he definitely sniffed that one out. I think that it was one of those ones you're kind of hoping that ball got called as an incomplete pass right now. Ended up becoming a loss of 2 that you're hoping, man, why couldn't they just call that a dead ball? But, he sniffed that one out and took it for a loss. And, yeah, I think you might be right. I think that Timmy Dye may not be 6'6".
Probably 5'6". Well, the quarterback for East Canton is Mason Reinhardt. He goes back to pass in the shotgun. He's going to step up, sling it. Left side, deep down the field, a nice play over there defensively. That's Clayton Fish, as he just went up and swatted that ball away, effortless.
Oh, I say, yeah, Fish gave his best to Kembe Mutombo and just said, no, not in my house, and swatted it to the ground.
So it'll be a 3rd down and 10 now. Or, excuse me, 3rd down and 12 now, rather. Ball will sit at the 26. big key here for the Trojans. They're going to want to force as many third downs as possible, especially with this kind of distance as well.
Yeah, I think you're in a third down situation in which, we know they're going to pass the ball. This is a pass-heavy team, so you're going to kind of try and keep them just at the sticks or just behind it, so you can you got room to give, but you still got to make sure as long as, they're not getting that first down, they're going to find it away.
Reinhardt back to pass, screen to the left. It's a low pass, and the receiver's going to hit the deck and will be touchdown right there. So give credit on the reception that time to number 11 in Stubblefield, but he's going to go down and maybe gain a yard. So it'll be 4th down and 11. They're going to call it 10, so it's punt time already.
Oh, that's the best time. I mean, that's special teamers' time. We always got to give love to special team. They only ever get hate. Somebody's got to be there to give them some support.
2 men deep now. It'll be Tanner Smith as well as Dominic Singer for Newcomerstown. Singer far side, Smith near side. Punt is going to be a low line drive. Smith's going to go back for it, and both players are just going to let it go, and it's going to die in the grass here and get picked up at the 26-yard line. So Newcomerstown will take the field again, as you already heard his name on defense. Clayton Fish is the man under center for the Trojans, and no surprise, you already know what kind of offense they're going to run. They're going to pound it up the middle all game long.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely going to be a tough nose, just kind of punched up the middle. I think that, your linemen line up right, you split them like Oreos, and then you just get her going.
So in the huddle now, Newcomerstown again at that 3-2 record so far. They are going to try to get something rolling early. We know how potent this rushing attack can be. So Fish under center. He'll turn, and it's a toss play. It's going to go to the right side. And running out there is Brickles. Brickles has got some room, and he is submarined under by a pair of East Canton defenders. Good tackle there by Timmy Dye as well as Dylan Anderson as they sling down Brickles, but it's still a beautiful 6-yard, maybe 7-yard gain to start the game.
Yeah, definitely with the I formation, it kind of, I thought, they're going to keep punching up the middle. But, yeah, doing that little sweep over, it definitely worked out in their favor. I think that, East Canton's expecting, just ISO, just everything up right in the middle. I think that's what they're expecting all night, and they're going to try and change it up, maybe even pass the ball once in a while.
Fish under center again. McConnell, the up man, and he'll get the first one through, and he'll get the ball. He's going to lunge forward and fight and churn, and he's going to have enough for a first down, a First Federal Community Bank first down, in fact. Good run there by McConnell.
Oh, he did an absolutely wonderful job. I get some, I believe, first down. So calling that.
It is first down, yes.
Yeah. All right, just sit there, kick the legs, just churning, just, like an Amish butter maker. Just kind of keep her going.
I knew they were coming back. I knew the one-liners were coming back.
I don't know why you expect anything less of me.
I didn't. I did not at all. Ball on the 37 now. 1st and 10. Fish under center. He'll turn. He'll fake to McConnell. This time he'll turn it off to Brickles, who makes through, and he'll pick up a decent chunk of yardage there. Take that back. That was actually Dom Singer who came busting through. Another nice gain, and another about 7-yard pickup on first down. You can't complain about that.
Oh, definitely not. I say gain of 7 on first down with especially a run-heavy team. That's a perfect scenario right there. I'm going to keep trying to call my shot. I think this run they passed the ball.
3 plays in. Oh, you have not watched enough Newcomerstown football if you think that's what's happening. Fish under center. He'll turn, pitch it out. This time it's going to be Brickles. He's got a big lane off the left side. Brickles is down the sideline, gets a key block. He's going to cut it back to the middle. Brickles is going to go. It's actually Dom Singer. I only messed that up the whole way down the field, but Dom Singer is going to be the one who takes it from the 44 of Newcomerstown and cashes in for 6. Great vision, even better blocking.
Oh, yeah, that was absolutely beautiful run. You get the right blocking set up in there, and you just kind of keep getting the right moves. And, there are a few guys that kind of tackle, tried snatching some ankles, and he's just outbeating them by just a couple steps, and that's all you really need is just 1 step, 2 steps. And, now we're seeing the end zone, whole lot of game left, and you're already up 6-0. Let's see how the extra point goes.
Did you notice who was out there blocking for him? Was his quarterback, Clayton Fish. Extra point is up, and it is no good. He's going to push it wide right. Newcomerstown takes the lead 6-0. Big Z Sports returns right after this.
Planning your next vacation or home improvement project and worried about managing expenses? CSB can help with that. Setting a goal is the first step to achieving your vision, and CSB's Money Manager tool helps you get started. Whether you are recovering from Christmas spending or preparing to send kids to college, the Personal Financial Management tool helps you set goals, track your spending, and monitor your progress. Money Manager is available within CSB's online banking. Check it out today. A Commercial and Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Let the experts at Bear Carpet One in Sugar Creek help you pick out the right window treatment for you. Bear is now carrying Alta Window Fashions. Their cost-effective, made-in-America blinds and shades come in many styles. Honeycomb, roller shades, wood, faux wood, aluminum, and vertical blinds. Even custom shutters in many fabrics and materials. Alta blinds and shades can be automated through a remote, smartphone, or even voice. Come check out Bear's Alta display. Bear Carpet One, just off Route 39 in the Salzburg Plaza in Sugar Creek.
Welcome back to Newcomerstown as the kickoff return there for East Canton. What a collision. Just happened to miss out on that. And we've got, and it looks like we had a fumble actually. I didn't even catch that, Andrew. No. The ball hit the deck and Newcomerstown actually recovered it. And I got a smile down there from Daniel Adams. Did you see the fumble?
I did not see the fumble. I was looking up at you guys and
you just
heard
saw
a bunch of excitement.
You saw the collision, and I don't even know who hit who, but regardless, it's Newcomerstown ball. How about that?
Yeah, that's definitely one that we see the collision, and you're just stuck in amazement, just wondering, wow, how are these guys coming out in one piece? But you got to get the fumble. That's the ideal scenario. You get it perfect field position right there on the 30. So we'll see what they can assemble here with this next drive.
So it will be the ball on the 30. Fish goes back to pass. Play fake. He's got a wide open Tanner Smith, and he floats it in beautifully. A 30-yard dime from Clayton Fish to Tanner Smith, and Newcomerstown leads 12-0.
Well, that was just a beautiful pass. Hey, that's one and a touchdown for one. So
which is normally what happens with this offense.
You know what I think? They might pass it more, and the over might be coming in here, and I think you might be losing here to us. But that's just a beautiful pass. Just like a roadhouse roll right in the basket. Just line it up perfectly. Just pulled it in for the touchdown.
12-0 your score, and it looks like Newcomerstown will go for two. We promise, actually, probably after this this play, we're gonna go down to Daniel Adams. We keep trying to, but everything's moving here quickly. So let's see what the two-point conversion is first, as it will be Smith under center. He'll turn. It will be a pitch out. It will be Singer. He's gonna go left. He's got someone on his back, and he will go down as slung down to the ground. And actually, that time I did get it right. It was Dominic Singer. So now we will go down to Daniel Adams there. Such a quick play. We won't take a timeout here. Daniel, I got to say, you mentioned something there in the break after it was Singer who broke off that big touchdown run. That looked familiar, didn't it, that play?
It looked familiar. Last week when I was here against Martins Ferry, Newcomerstown ended up with the ball, and that was the first offensive play, a sweep to Dominic Singer, and he broke it out for, I think, 52 yards. So, I mean, he did it again.
And it's only just a matter of time, too, for this Trojans offense that they're going to throw it over the top like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I just want to highlight, too, Coach Gadd in the pregame said that special teams was going to be extremely important and gets the fumble recovery. And then there's our one pass. So we got one pass so far. and I mean, it was a touchdown. East Canton was probably not expecting that, but hey, Coach Gadd's got something up his sleeve.
Another kickoff here, and that was a deep boot. That goes all the way back to the 4-yard line. It'll be Dye again. He'll go run off to the left. He is at the 20, now the 25. He's got a lane. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He might go. Nobody's back there. Tanner Smith trying to run him down, and he will not get him as it's a touchdown East Canton. It was Dylan Anderson who was on the return. He saw daylight off the left sideline and was not stopping.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the more beautiful returns I've seen. 96 yards. You can't ask for a better way to kind of, correct that situation that you're in, being 12-0 off 2 drives. But, he just saw his spot. He took some lines from Zach Bryan, said, open the gates. I'm coming home, and just took it all the way.
Big play that time for Dylan Anderson, who makes this game a little bit more interesting here in the first. It was all Newcomerstown there, a couple drives. Then all of a sudden, it was Anderson who streaked down the left sideline. And, you saw for Newcomerstown, they had that big play on special teams on the previous kickoff. They looked like they were hungry to try to bust in there and break off another fumble. as we have a whistle here on the kick. It was not going to make it. It's actually going to be a false start there on the extra point attempt for the Hornets, so they're going to have to line up and do it again. That kick was well short, though, so we'll see if maybe they change their mind for a 2-point since it's going to be a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's definitely something you start to think. It's that whole, ice the kicker, especially whenever you get a penalty like that. You go, all right, he missed the first one, maybe the second one works, or maybe you go, you know what, we're far enough back, just go for 2. Try and erase some of that lead that Newcomerstown already has.
So it looks like the kicker for East Canton will be Kanan Pullhard, as he'll line up, get into it, puts it up, and he'll make that one. So a good kick there has the score cut to 12-7 now. Newcomerstown back with the ball. Big Z Sports is back after this.
T-County Boxing Academy on East High in New Philadelphia invites anyone serious about boxing to see what they offer and have success just like pro boxer and Urixville's own Sugar Dre Donovan. T-County Boxing Academy not only offers the area's premier training facility, but also offers the best supplements on the market for peak training to get the most out of your workouts. To see all T-County Boxing Academy has to offer, find T-County Boxing Academy-TCBA on Facebook.
Welcome back here to Newcomerstown. 12-7 is your score in favor of Newcomerstown. As Daniel Adams had to admit something there. If you're looking for those highlights on the Big Z Sports Facebook page, it's going to be a while before they get up there because Daniel was preoccupied with all of our conversation. He didn't quite get those videos. Sorry about that, Daniel. I'm not going to go down to you this time. Just make sure you have your phone rolling for these ones. We will get those posted later on the Big Z Sports Facebook page, of course, pulled from our live stream. All thanks to Claxon Communications and our sponsors, TMK Valley Propane, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, and Novellus.
Yeah, I'll say to his credit, those are all things I didn't think were going to be touchdowns. So not being ready is definitely something that, I don't blame him for it.
Pollard kicks it deep, rolling back towards the sideline. Tanner Smith picks it up at his own 3. He'll cut left. Smith with some speed. Gets to the 15, still going at the 20. Now he's got a lane. 30, 35, gets a block. 40, spins out another tackle. 45, 50. Tanner Smith may go. He gets a block down the field. Chasing behind him is Pollard. He can't get him. Tanner Smith goes 96 yards right back for the Trojans. And it's all of a sudden 18-7.
Wow, he really said anything you can do, I can do better. He really just took that. Oh my, he was all up and down the field, left, right, and center.
Daniel, did you listen to me that time?
I was trying to post something on Facebook. I had no idea what was going on, and wow. And as Coach Gadd said, special teams is going to be important tonight.
97 yards, in fact, the official total for Tanner Smith.
I mean, you know what they say about kick returns. 6% of the time, it works every time. So that was definitely an unexpected result that we were coming out of that. I almost even made a joke before he took it. Wouldn't it be the wildest thing if they return this kick and we keep seeing just points on the board?
So it looks like we have a Newcomerstown timeout here before we get the point after 2-point conversion, interestingly enough. I would like to point out the last 3 times that the Newcomerstown offense has touched the ball, it's been a touchdown.
Yeah, that's
including the special
sign.
teams, of course.
But hey, you know what? Now defense has to score a touchdown. Your special teamers have, and your offense has. Now defense is definitely hungry and going, we got to get a fumble, we got to get an interception, we got to get points on the board too.
All right, so just to recap, because this has been a wild back and forth. Poor Daniel's fingers are hurting down there as he's typing out. To recap, it's 18-7. How this game has gone, East Canton started the game 3 and out. Ball was given off to Newcomerstown. It took them 4 plays to get in the end zone. That was with a Dominic Singer scamper down the left sideline. He cut it back into the middle and scored. Then they kicked off to East Canton, who fumbled on the recovery. Newcomerstown, their next drive, 30-yard touchdown pass from Clayton Fish to Tanner Smith. Then East Canton returns it 96 yards for a touchdown. Then the ensuing kickoff, Tanner Smith takes it 97 yards.
Yeah, there's still 8:20 left in the first quarter. We have not used much of this clock quite yet.
Are you caught up yet? Clayton Fish turns, hands it off, and it's going to be a run up the middle. Brody Brickles, and he's going to push through for a 2-point conversion. That will push the lead to 20-7 in favor of Newcomerstown. Brickles not listed as the biggest guy, 5'7", $150, but he was not going to be denied.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes the biggest guy isn't always one that gets it, but, you're elusive. You're sneaky. You got to just, find the spot and go right through, get 2 points on the board, kind of increase that lead. You're not talking 13-point game. A whole lot of time left on the clock, as it turns out.
It's always low man wins, as they say, and that works out for him. So 20-7. You all right over there?
Yes, I knew somebody was going to sneak that one in tonight. I know if it was going to be me or you.
You're welcome. So now here's the question. If you're the Trojans after what happened the last time you kicked, you do a squib and just say give them the field position?
Yeah, I think your brain's going, you know what? I think they take it. Nobody scores 2 kickoff returns.
We'll have to wait and see. What a wild first quarter this has been.
Absolutely. I mean, and we're not even halfway through it. So let's see what other madness is in here.
Oh, my goodness. The kickoff. There's a line drive, and it's off of a up man for East Canton who will just dive on it as he got pelted with that ball. Heads-up play there by number 10 for East Canton. I say number 10 because we don't actually have a number 10 on our roster. So I apologize. Number 10 for East Canton. So we'll move on to the next possession for the Hornets.
You know what? That was a beautiful kick, though. You know, it's kind of Randy Johnson and the bird on that one. He just sent it straight at him, and there was nothing he could really do besides put his hands up and try to stop him from getting hit in the face.
So back on offense, 2 wide receivers either side of the formation in the shotgun for East Canton. It will be Reinhardt again. He has a single running back to his right. He'll turn and hand it off to him. That's Dye. He's got a big hole. He's up to the 40, now almost to the 45 as he gets hit down, actually at the 44, and that is a good game for him. As the Trojans there were kind of slow to react to that quick handoff to Timmy Dye, who quickly scampers forward for a big gain.
Yeah, I'm starting to get
about
a little worried.
14 there.
Yeah, I say this might be what we're seeing as some old school Big 12, where it's just points on the board all night, and this might end up 56-60 if we're lucky.
So now, 1st and 10. We're 8 minutes left in the first quarter, and it is 20-7. Handoff, this time up the middle, and it's going to be plugged up quickly. Newcomerstown swarms Dylan Anderson, who gets shoved down at the 45, so a gain of a couple.
Yeah, that run definitely wasn't quite as big as the last one, but, you know, can't always fall for the tomfoolery with some of the plays. So it works the first time, it might not always work the second time.
We got a player down for East Canton, so we will go ahead and take a quick timeout here as we return to your broadcast of high school football after this.
Is there anything better than high school sports? Hi, this is Dan Hosteller of Ferris Chevrolet Buick Toyota. High school sports brings out the best of our high schools and our communities, and the people at Ferris have always been behind the importance of athletics and academics. Just like we believe in the great cars and trucks that we sell and service every day. Like high school sports, we are a great tradition in the area. Ferris on the Wabash, New Philadelphia.
Big Brothers Big Sisters needs your help. Hi, this is Monique Duke, and we are committed to matching 82 children that have been waiting to meet their big. Do you have 4 hours a month that you could share with a little doing something you both enjoy? We match bigs and littles with similar interests, so this could be fishing, going to a ball game, going to church, or even shopping. If you would be interested in changing a child's life, please contact us at 330-339-6916 or visit us at bigsforkids.com/volunteer.
We have an issue on the snap there for East Canton as they tried to get it back to Reinhardt in the shotgun. There was a man in motion, and it seemed to hit off of his hip, but it will be the Hornets who dive back on it. They'll lose about 1.5 yards, though. It seems like every time we're in break when we come back, something interesting is happening.
Yeah, we missed a couple big plays here. No, I would say big plays, but, you know, big incidences in the short time that we've had this game going. But I think we're in store for a real great game, all gas, no breaks. This is the way that people want to see football.
The way that this scoring has been going, the late, great Mike Leach would be proud right now.
Oh, yeah.
So for East Canton, it's a quick pop pass, and absolutely demolishing the ball carrier there is Carter McConnell. My goodness, did McConnell get in there like lightning, and he took down Lucas McCauley.
Whew. He was back there like a fat kid going after cake. He was just on top of him.
I don't know if we can do that one, but thanks.
I think we can still get away with that one.
My goodness, Carter McConnell listed at a middle linebacker, but he can play kind of anywhere on that defense, really. And what a hit he dished out. 2 men back for Newcomerstown for this punt. Tanner Smith again and Dom Singer. It's going to be a short punt, as it will roll and come to a rest at the 28. Newcomerstown takes over. Trojans lead 20-7. Stick around for more after this.
Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has just what you're looking for, so your athletes have the best gear for the sports they love. Dumont has a large apparel selection and can handle your customized screen printing and embroidery for your team or business. For sporting goods and all your apparel, Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has everything you want to play and look your best.
Welcome back to Newcomerstown. Trojans start off with the ball. It's a handoff. Not a lot of room there for Dominic Singer, but he's still going to bust it outside. Singer goes down the left sideline, and he gets finally ridden out of bounds at about the 45-yard line of East Canton. Did you see the hop step that Singer had there and just made that defender look silly?
Yeah, he is, he might lose his shoes tonight because he's ran all of the bottom out of him at the end of the game tonight.
Just 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Oh, it's been slightly intense, as we'll call it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is one of those ones, like, you play the game, and then you look at the record book and go, did we break any? I'm hoping we broke some, because I'd like to be up in the school for the rest of the time.
There's the play-action fake. Clayton Fish goes back. He's going to sling it right side, in fact. He's got a man open in the flat. That's going to be Carter McConnell. McConnell breaking some tackles, and he's going to lunge forward down to about the 18-yard line. So Fish to McConnell. Nice pickup there that time around of about 22.
Yeah, so this first we're hearing of McConnell on offense. I know he had that big game week 5. So it is good to hear his name again on the offensive side of the ball as well. So definitely one of those ones I think we hear a lot of names tonight with the way this current trajectory is going.
I actually was mistaken. That was a gain of 28, in fact. So there goes Newcomerstown. At wing T type formation, Fish under center. He'll turn, hand it to the first man through. It's McConnell. He'll dive forward for a couple, get up to the 15-yard line, just a gain of 2 for the big fullback. You still need those kind of plays, though.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes those inch ones are the ones that really matter because it gets you just that much close to the end zone. They can't all be 96-yard returns, 30-yard touchdown passes, and 57-yard runs.
Sorry, I guess it was a gain of 3, rather. Second down in 7. Team has entered the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone. The way the scoring's been going, it's the first time it feels like they've been in the red zone. Turns around. Fish goes back to pass, slings it out. Right side off the play-action fake. It is caught, but slung around after a gain of a couple there. For Newcomerstown will be Austin Smith. Not sure if there's relation to Tanner.
Who knows with that one? It's always hard with the Smiths, but, you know, that play had me fooled a little bit. Had me a little bamboozled. I kind of thought it was a run play, and then all of a sudden, you know, he's peeling out, and I'm like, oh, never mind, it's a pass. I'm looking on the wrong side of the ball.
They do those double handoff fakes, or the double faked handoffs, and then throw it out to the flat. It's worked well so far. Smith had a rough game, Clayton Fish had a rough game passing last time out. Kind of looks like they're trying to reinstill some confidence, although they do not throw the ball very much. Turns, hands it off this time, and up the middle is Brody Brickles. He's going to lunge forward. He is very close to a First Federal Community Bank first down, and sure enough, that's what they're going to give him.
It's yeah, like we were saying earlier, like, you know, you just kind of inch your way forward, and, you know, you get the first down, now you're first and goal. Can't ask for a better situation. Is that pass number 2 or pass number 3 now, Nick?
That was pass number 3.
Oh, it sounds like your under might not be hitting.
It might not. We're going to have to see how it goes.
We've all had bad beats before. There's no shame in it.
So a good gain there for Brickles. Has them that much closer. As now, Fish turns. He'll throw it back. It's Singer, left side. He's got an open lane, and he's got the corner. Touchdown, Newcomerstown. It's Dominic Singer who caps off the drive with a nice 7-yard touchdown run, and Newcomerstown continues to roll.
Yeah, you know, that was a great run, and then they give their best Dirty Dancing impression and lift him over his head to celebrate. You know, you got to always appreciate that whenever the kids appreciate the classics, especially Mr. Patrick Swayze.
Well, you know for a fact that there's nothing more that those big guys up front on the offensive line like doing than showing off the strength with holding their guys up in the air, right?
I think they like celebrating more than anybody, if we're going to be real here. I think they enjoy the celebration more than the guy that scored.
Ethan Foster now to line up to try for the extra point. He'll get into it, and it's blocked, and will roll around, and the ball will be dead on the extra point attempt. But it will be a 26-7 lead in favor of the Trojans. Big Z Sports will return for more of the first quarter after this.
Cush Financial Group has been proudly serving the financial needs of local community members for over 35 years. The team at Cush Financial follows an industry-leading service model with the unique approach and fiduciary responsibilities associated with their board-certified financial planner. With over 75 years of combined experience, the advisors at Cush Financial Group are here to help you achieve your financial goals. Contact the office at 330-308-8700 or visit cushfinancial.com to schedule your free consultation today. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Independent Capital Company Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC.
Welcome back to Newcomerstown. Today's presentation brought to you by Novellis, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, and TMK Valley Propane. Nick and Andrew and Daniel from the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. Newcomerstown has widened their lead to 26-7 now, and we've still got 3:40 to go in the first. This has been a wild, wild game.
Absolutely. I mean, we're still talking 3:40 left in the first quarter, and it is 26-7. This is one of those ones where I think if you're a gambling man and you took the under, you're already sweating. So it's definitely going to be one that for the record books, and it's going to be an enjoyable game all night if you like offense. If you're a fan of defense, you might want to pack up the bags and head home.
So the kickoff coming for Newcomerstown. It will be Foster again to send it deep. He'll get his leg into it, and it is back there. Heading towards the sideline, it's going to roll, and go out of bounds. So East Canton's going to start with some good field position. Good heads-up play by Dylan Anderson there, who let it roll when he noticed it was tailing towards the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, we saw, I think it was last night, Thursday, or not Thursday Night Football. It was Sunday. What night am I thinking of at this point? I don't even remember.
It did happen. I know what
it was
you're talking about.
Monday night. Yeah, Pittsburgh decides to catch it and then go out of bounds. It's just a bad move. And he probably was watching that game and went, you know what? Let's go to the sideline. Don't even touch it. So I think, they watch the pros and they watch these college games and they learn things from it in this high school level that, you see what not to do sometimes.
Well, they can't all be perfect, right?
Yeah. So, and somebody's got to pick on Pittsburgh. I know Chris is a big fan. And, they may have won, but it was a sloppy win. And I think Chris knows that, but he won't let us know that.
There's no denying that, that's for sure. So let there be light now and here up in the press box. So the ball will be on the 35-yard line of East Canton. They'll start over. Reinhardt in the shotgun. Single back set beside him. He'll turn, hand it off. It's Dye up the middle. He'll try to spin out of a tackle, and he will finally get wrapped up and pulled down to the ground. Finally finishing off the tackle there was big number 79, Spencer Eversbach. Good luck getting past him.
Yeah, he's a big boy. It's going to be tough to get past him. But, he had the good kindness of his heart to help the running back up after the play. So definitely has a kid, a great character and great heart as well.
So it still will be, now it'll be 2nd down and 10. You probably could have given him credit for a half yard on that, could you, for Dye? Same formation, 2 wide receivers either side. Shotgun with a running back to the left. It's Dye beside Reinhardt. Reinhardt back to pass, slings it off, right side, just out of reach, and actually not quite hauled in there, is still bobbling. It was Dominic Rita, as I thought he had it, but he just couldn't corral it. It was kind of bobbling off of his fingertips as he went towards the sideline.
Yeah, he was giving it his all on that catch, but some of them pros have really big hands and they make it look easy. I've tried time and time again to try and catch the one hand, and it's a lot harder than it looks. So
that was almost a one-hander, yeah.
Yeah.
So this time, 3 wide receivers left for Reinhardt, 1 wide receiver on his right side. He has a running back to his left in Dye. Newcomerstown shows pressure. It's McConnell. He's going to try to come up through the middle, and we've got a flag, likely going to be a false start, as actually it was Josh Harvey who was in on defense, not McConnell, who's trying to come through the middle on a blitz. And it looks like I think a receiver might have lined up across the line of scrimmage. Daniel Adams, is that what they looked like they were calling down there?
I think it was a false start on the offensive lineman.
Gotcha. Thank you for that, Daniel. Your trips to the sideline brought to you by Dr. Nathan Springer.
All right, and we're back in this game. Those are the penalties that end up, they kill you. It's just that 5 yards here and there. We see it time and time again.
Same formation for East Canton, now 3rd down and 15. And once again, we're going to have some movement on the line. I have to see if that was Newcomerstown's fault, and sure enough, it was. Looked like jumping there was Landon Castile.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We thought it was maybe on the defense, and it is this time. So, same down. The ball has now moved back 5 yards, forward 5 yards. We've yet to see a play happen. This is probably the the most boring part of this game so far. It's 2 false starts in either direction.
Well, the unfortunate thing about it is, both these sides were playing with such intensity with those scores going back and forth and back and forth. Now hitting a little bit of a lull with the penalties, you got to refocus, or at least if you're a coach, you got to get your team refocused. Same formation again for the Hornets. Reinhardt has the snap go well over his head. Newcomerstown's flying in at it, and instead Reinhardt will just fall on it at the 20. So that one will put them back even further, and it's going to be a punt situation again for East Canton.
Yeah, you're talking 4th and I've been doing my numbering, right? 4th and 25 here. That's a really terrible situation to be in, and you're definitely going to punt it away, but I think it's one of those ones you're hoping that your snapper kind of recollects himself and you get one that doesn't go over head again, because that's going to be real costly. That's another special teams touchdown, though, and the defense is still going to be kicking themselves going, oh, no, we still got to score.
Here comes the punt now. And it is an end-over-end kick. Line drive, and it's caught by Singer. He's going to go off the right side. Tries a stiff arm, and instead he'll be slung around a whole bunch of times by Reinhardt, who will finally get him down at the 48-yard line. We'll go ahead and keep it here now, as we've had quite a few opportunities for timeouts with these scores in the first quarter, which feels like this is the first quarter that won't end.
Yeah, I'd say this is definitely one of the longer first quarters I've ever seen. I will say, though, Mason Reinhardt definitely got put on the merry-go-round there, just kept spinning and spinning and spinning on his way down.
So starting in plus territory again, I said 48. My apologies. It's actually the 43-yard line of East Canton. So Newcomerstown already in plus territory. No surprise here. Same formation for the Trojans. As Fish under center, he'll turn, and he'll fake off to the fullback, and instead he'll give it off to Singer. Singer still pushing, driving forward. Maybe got a handful there, probably give him a gain of 2. So it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, you know what, Logan Metz, we'll give some offensive line love tonight. Was really in there to just keep pushing and helping him get through. I think he was behind him trying to get a couple little extra yards off of it.
Remember, in some of the games in Z Country, that's actually become a hot topic because you can push the pile, you can't push a player, so he has to engage both guys there.
Yeah, that's definitely a tricky situation to be in. It's the hot topic in the NFL with, the tush push.
Tush push. I don't think I've heard it called that yet. Fish pitches out, right side. This time it's Brickles. Brickles finds an edge, but he gets ripped down basically at the line of scrimmage. That time it was a heck of a tackle.
Yeah, Tim Dye was right there back to get him, and it was definitely one I think, he sniffed that one out and went, I think we know you're going to run it for a lot of these plays. Now you're up, a couple touchdowns, couple scores here, and you start to run it, kill the clock whenever you're up this big. Normally it's closer to like halftime in third quarter with a score like this, but, to each their own with that. And I can't believe you've never heard it be called the tush push.
I have not, truthfully. So 3rd down and 8. We'll see what the Trojans dial up. Fish pitches out. It's Singer, left side, following his blockers. And he'll get ripped down and almost look like he got him by the face mask. Instead, they're going to say it was his jersey. And he's actually back to the original line of scrimmage. So that's a run backwards that time for Singer, as he will be dropped back at the 43-yard line. So I don't know. Newcomerstown will probably consider punting this, although you are still in plus territory. We do not see the Trojans punt very often.
Yeah, it's been one of those interesting situations where it's like, we don't punt often, but we can right now. You got time to give, and it's one of those ones, they're going to decide to punt it.
Ethan Foster will go back, the kicker and punter for this team. The final few seconds tick down here in the first quarter, and he'll angle punt that one towards the right side. It's going to roll towards the 20, but it's going to take an East Canton bounce and go out about the 22-yard line. Shows just 0.4 seconds on the clock here, so we'll go ahead and keep it for this first play, or the last play, I should say, of the first quarter. Playing the field position game there, though, are the Trojans. You already got the big lead. No real need to go for it.
Yeah, you're almost twisting the knife at that point. There's no real need. Both teams have been training since late July. There's no need to start twisting the knife now that we're in mid-September and, just start hammering a lead that you already have of 19.
So 22.5-yard line officially for East Canton. They'll line up. 2 wide receivers right, 1 wide receiver left, and it's a dual running back shotgun formation. Reinhardt has both Dye and Anderson out behind him. Reinhardt hands it off. Dye up the middle. He gets a block, and then he gets submarined under to end the first quarter. The 2 men through were Carter McConnell and Spencer Ebersbach as they shove him backwards. That does it for the first quarter. Newcomerstown leads 26-7. Big Z Sports returns after this.
Cush Financial Group has been proudly serving the financial needs of local community members for over 35 years. The team at Cush Financial follows an industry-leading service model with the unique approach and fiduciary responsibilities associated with their board-certified financial planner. With over 75 years of combined experience, the advisors at Cush Financial Group are here to help you achieve your financial goals. Contact the office at 330-308-8700 or visit cushfinancial.com to schedule your free consultation today. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Independent Capital Company Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC. Top Notch Auto on East Plum Alley in Janaden, your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, offering an experienced staff that can handle just what you need to keep your vehicle running at its best. Top Notch Auto specializes in diagnostics with state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment. Whether your vehicle needs routine maintenance or major repairs, Top Notch Auto can handle all your vehicle needs. They also offer a large selection of tire brands, including Goodyear, Kelly, and Cooper, just to name a few. Find Top Notch Auto LLC on Facebook or call them at 740-561-4100.
Welcome back to Newcomerstown. Big Z Sports bringing you today's presentation of high school football. We finally reached an end of the first quarter. 26-7, Newcomerstown leads East Canton. This is not really the game we expected it to be, as it's been home run after home run.
Oh, yeah, this has definitely been a game in which, you're coming into it going, all right, it's a run heavy versus a 1-4. This is going to be kind of a knockdown, drag them out, low score. And, we're already seeing five touchdowns so far.
Reinhardt back to pass, slings it right side, got a receiver open, and he drops it. Reinhardt had a man who was deep, who high-pointed the ball well, as it was Ollie Schrader who almost hauled it in, but I don't know if he heard footsteps or just didn't quite look it in there, Andrew.
I don't know. I think he may decide to stop the convenience store early and get to Butterfingers. That one was right there for him to take, and I think it was just one of those ones you're getting a little too tense because the guys are on either side of you and you're afraid to get sandwiched.
So it now will bring up a 3rd down and 13 for East Canton. Again, as we mentioned, entering this game 1-4, looking to build some momentum. Newcomerstown, though, we knew was going to come into this game hungry after back-to-back losses, dropped them to 3-2. 3 wide receivers right now is going in motion is Schrader. Reinhardt in the shotgun and has a running back, and it looks like we are going to get a timeout called here. Sure enough, it is going to be a Hornets timeout. Big Z Sports will return in 30 seconds.
Busy schedule? Check out Benson's Heat and Eat section with a variety of entrees and sides for you to choose from. And don't forget, Monday through Friday from 4 to 6, Benson's culinary team prepares hot, made-from-scratch dinners, complete with garden salad and bread and butter. Just call ahead to order. For daily and weekly specials, visit bensonsmc.com. Follow them on Facebook or stop into the market. Benson's Market and Catering, 207 North Worcester Avenue in Dover.
Welcome back to Newcomerstown. The Trojans lead 26-7 over East Canton. Something that's interesting, Andrew, that we didn't really talk about in the pregame, but it is worth noting. Both these teams out of the IVC, of course. Quite a long drive, though, for East Canton to get down here.
Yeah, you're talking an hour drive, and, that does make an impact on any player traveling, whether it's 10 minutes, an hour. I know the longest one that I know Dover students had was 2.5 hours down to Marietta. And it's a leg killer because you start your warm-up and all of a sudden, you're back to being tight.
That's how you get cramps for sure. 3 wide receivers right, 1 left. It was a running back in the shotgun. There's the pass delivered from Reinhardt. It is low and it is incomplete. Good effort that time for Lucas McCauley, the senior, who went low for it but just couldn't pick it up. It still would have been short of the first down anyway.
Yeah, you're just a tad short and the pass tad short on the reception as well. So it's definitely one of those ones you're less than ideal situation. I think, if you're 4th and close, you maybe try and go for it. Just kind of, push the pile and get the first down out of it that way.
So it will be 4th and 13. The 2 players back deep for Newcomerstown. Same as they have been. Looks to be Tanner Smith and Dom Singer. Singer will be on the near side. Smith on the far side. Punter back there is Pollard again, I do believe. And that's a line drive. We'll see if Newcomerstown, they'll actually just clear out from it as it stops almost perfectly at midfield. So that's where Newcomerstown will take over.
Yeah, so that's great field position, Newcomerstown. I would say East Canton, their kicker might be feeling that in his toe later. I would say I could hear it. It didn't have a nice resonating sound whenever he hit it. So one of those ones you start to develop whenever you start hearing kicks more and more, you kind of can hear whenever it goes bad. And that one sounded a little less than favorable. We might be taking the socks to the cleaner tomorrow and get some blood out of them.
Down to the sideline quickly with Daniel Adams. Daniel, we went from the slugfest back and forth to start the game to a little bit more ho-hum drum. Both these teams trying to figure it out now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is going to, both offensive down here. If the running back gets the ball, I mean, they are running hard. I'm talking about both sides, so, I mean, they're definitely trying to grind it out down here.
Fish will go left side, and he'll complete the pass, but cut down pretty hard that time was Brody Brickles. It's still going to be a gain of 5 on first down, so make it second down and 5. Clayton Fish completes another one, as now I believe that is 4 passes complete, so it looks like I might have been wrong there, Andrew. I think you and Daniel are going to get it right at the end of the day.
Yeah, so you know what? It happens to the best of us.
Should've said
Sometimes
first quarter, maybe.
you just miss by 1.
Fish under center again. That heavy backfield with McConnell, Singer, and Brickles. That one is going to turn and hand it off to Brickles. Brickles gets spun around, and that's going to be a face mask as pushing the pile up towards about the 42-yard line. Looks like Dye got a handful of the face mask there.
Yeah, those are the penalties that kill you, those personal fouls, the late hits, the face mask. Because it's, an offsides get you 5. We can live with that. That's a 15-yard, 10-yard penalty, and you've now completely changed the game. You're going from midfield to they're about to be striking into the red zone. So
well, that was only a 3-yard carry from Brickles on second down. So now, yeah, you're talking about just the. Well, I was going to say they're drive killers if you're on offense, but defense, I mean, you're just asking the opponent to score then.
Yeah, I say because now you're talking balls just outside or just inside the 30, or I say just inside the 25. And yeah, it's a tricky situation now.
Fish turns, fakes the handoff. He's going to roll right. He's looking down the field. He'll deliver, and it was well behind his receiver that time, who tried to stop, full stop, and go back for it was Tanner Smith. Very hard to do. Pass is incomplete, and it will lead to second down.
That was a hard one to catch. I would say it looked like he put as much as he could on that one. He put as much dill on the pickle as he could there. Really just heaved it. It's just one of those ones. You can't turn quite quick enough, and the ball's come a little too hot. Just an unfortunate play, but that is number 5. So
still
it's right on your line.
Well, I'm already wrong then. I said under. So now.
We'll give you 5.5. We'll let you keep your under for now.
Fish turns, hands off. It's Brickles. He'll go up on the inside, pushes forward, and he will lunge forward to about give him the 25.5-yard line. We'll mark him at the 25. A gain of 3 and third down upcoming.
Yeah, he just got stuffed up there. There is not much he can do. He gets a little bit of a gain there, but, he's still got swallowed up by that defense. I think they're really starting to kind of figure out how to read this Newcomerstown run now. They're starting to kind of sniff out where they're coming through, where the holes are going to be at. So you're kind of seeing them bunch up a bit more, too. Those corners aren't going out as far or anything, too.
Well, just like Coach Miller said for East Canton, I mean, they kind of knew what Newcomerstown was going to do. It's just whether or not you can stop them. Carter McConnell is a hard man to stop as he will jump forward and gain maybe 2 on that one, as it's going to be a fourth down upcoming from the 22-yard line. So decision time here on a 4th down and 4 now from the 22. I'd imagine for Newcomerstown, you really don't have a kicker who can get it from this deep, so it's going to be going for it, and sure enough, that's what the offense is doing.
I don't know. You never know what's going to happen. Yeah, it looks like they're going for it with their typical formation.
Now, it's actually McConnell who is one of the deep backs, and he'll fake the handoff to him. He'll go off left side. Dom Singer, he dives forward and lunges, and he's very close, but I think he's going to be short. And sure enough, it's going to be a turnover on downs, needed 4 yards. But Singer could not quite get there. So East Canton takes over. Good for the Hornets defense to hold.
Yeah, that definitely was a tricky run. It's 4th and, a bit more than what you'd hope. So you got to try and, get some more gas on it and try and find the gap a little bit sooner. You're hoping you have 6 steps to get there and they only give you 5. That's going to be the big problem that, they're able to kind of sniff out these runs now. And we might see the game slow down a little bit to more what we expected.
So now as we get set here, almost looks like the East Canton took a timeout. So 26-7 your score here, 9:13 to go in the second quarter. Down to Daniel Adams again. Daniel, I'm curious with the Newcomerstown offense there. They kind of have petered out a little bit, and I'm sure that's Coach Gadd's not very happy about that. As Daniel might be having some radio trouble there, so we'll try to get back down to him here shortly. So it will be Hornets ball. So in the shotgun will be Reinhardt, 2 running backs either side. And he will hand it off. It's Dye. He'll go up the middle, and he'll almost break through, but a good defensive play that time by guess who? Carter McConnell again. I don't know how many tackles he has, but it's quite a few already.
That kid is all over the field. I would say he just kind of roams and gets these tackles on the sideline, gets them up the middle. Then, he runs the ball and gets 14 off it. This kid can kind of do everything.
So 2nd down and 10, 8:40 to go here in the second. Similar formation, 2 wide receivers far, 2 near. Reinhardt will take it from the shotgun again. He'll hand it off. It's Dye. Dye's got a hole, but he is wrapped up and swallowed after a gain of just maybe 1. Getting him that time was big number 77, Martin Hernandez, in the middle of that line. Just a freshman.
Yeah, 5'9", 245 as a freshman. That kid got some growing to do, and he's definitely going to be an intimidating factor in the years to come. But yeah, it's one of those ones, I think if you're the running back there, you're going, all right, I kind of see the space, and then you just get taken down from the hips, and there's nothing you can really do about it.
So there was a penalty on the play. Not sure if it was holding, or I actually kind of missed it there, what the play was. It would be in the ballpark of a holding.
It's hard for me to tell you. I say I'm kind of looking at a brick wall whenever it's inside the 20 on this side right now.
Look, man, we got the space that we got. We
and I appreciate them allowing us in here. It's just one of those unfortunate ones. I wasn't leaning quite forward far enough for that one, so I couldn't really see it.
1st down and 15 now. Reinhardt from the shotgun. Same formation. He'll go straight drop. Throws it right side. It's up, and it's nearly picked off, and actually nearly, if that would have gotten over the head of the defender, that might have been a house call for East Canton. It was Tanner Smith who went up and tried to swat it away. I think he did affect Ollie Schrader enough, but that was almost dangerous. You might tell Smith to be a little more careful on those deep balls.
Yeah, but you could see in Ollie's hand and his body movement that he kind of was like, got me right there. It was in the hands. I had it, and it was going to be a house call. He throws the hands down over just kind of unfortunate positioning. And, it's one of those ones I think everyone in that situation was hoping that, he can turn and burn everybody.
So 3rd down and 15. Ball on their own 13 for East Canton, as it will be running back just flips in the formation. It's a shotgun again. Reinhardt back to pass, looks right. It's going to be a screen pass. He'll complete it out right side. Schrader, he's got it. And Newcomerstown swarms him into making the nice tackle on the outside. Bryson Brickles, as that will lead to a 4th down.
Yeah, that's definitely one. It looked like it may have been tipped even. I would say one of those linemen got in there and had their hands up. It may have gotten tipped a little bit, but with those screen passes, a tip can almost be a blessing, in which, that tip can still allow you to catch it and maybe turn something into nothing because your defense is laying off because they saw the tip. So it's definitely a situation that we're intrigued to see, but it's time for the punt.
And it's going to be a short, wobbly punt. It's going to go up and roll to the 40, now back to the 43-yard line, which is exactly where Newcomerstown will take over on East Canton's side. They lead 26-7. Big Z Sports is back after this.
The Tuscarawas County dairy farmers want you to know that low-fat chocolate milk is a great choice for student-athletes and hard workers. It provides the nutrition needed after practices, games, or a hard day at work, and it tastes great. Low-fat chocolate milk is packed with carbohydrates for energy, proteins to repair muscles, fluids to rehydrate, plus vitamins and minerals to help build strong bones and bodies. It's the official beverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tuscarawas County dairy farmers. Farms, family, food.
Jeff Wallach, LLC, is a family-owned and operated company proudly serving greater Northeast Ohio and surrounding communities for over 25 years. We specialize in vinyl siding, replacement windows and doors, gutters, downspouts, and much more. We provide quality service regardless of the size or scope of the project. Our crews are reliable, respectful, and mindful of a safe work environment. Jeff Wallach, LLC is certified by the Better Business Bureau. Call today and discover how we can assist you in making your vision a reality.
Welcome back with Big Z Sports. Carter McConnell goes up the middle for a no gain. Actually appeared to drop the ball. Didn't see who jumped back on it for the Trojans, but they're lucky to keep possession on the Hornets 42. That happened so quick we almost didn't see it. So it'll be Fish under center. He'll turn, pitches it, and room to run. There's McConnell. He'll cut up the sideline and just steps out. Oh, he had a full head of steam ahead if he could have tiptoed the sideline. Instead, he'll make it all the way up to the 38, so that's a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, you can see he was eyeing up that end zone the moment that he cut that corner, and I think it was just one of those ones you try and walk the tightrope and you're just short.
The lead block that time for Josh Harvey, the sophomore. You could hear the pads pop from up here. He was not afraid to do the dirty work.
And no, that's what you want out of a blocker, a guy that's going to, get down, make sure that you stay safe.
So now it will be Fish under center again. Turns, hands it off. Actually, it's a play fake. He'll go back, throws it back left, and there is nobody home for the East Canton defense. Tanner Smith tries to get behind his blocker, and he couldn't quite do it. He will fall forward and get the first down as he'll go up to the 23-yard line. For Smith there was nobody in front of him, but instead of going to the foot races, he tried to go behind Logan Metz. Still a good pickup.
Yeah, definitely a great gain there, but I think he was hoping that, I'm going to keep this guy in front of me and hopefully we can get some more yards out of it. I think he peels out of that outside. He's got nobody, and it's a house call. So it's definitely one of those ones where, it's a wrong call, but we still appreciate, the gain and the first down. You just kind of hope for more out of it.
So a 14-yard gain for the Trojans puts them up almost into the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone. It is a First Federal Community Bank first down, though, as it will be a pitch play. Going out here on the right side is McConnell. He's got a head of steam and blockers in front of him. He's to the 10, he's to the 5, he gets tripped up. Good defensive play there to save that touchdown for the Hornets by Ollie Schrader. Still, though, what a run by McConnell. Goes from the 24 all the way down that time, and I missed that. We actually had a flag down on the field, so go ahead and take it away. A hold was called. I didn't quite see where that flag came in, where that hold might have been.
Yeah, I couldn't tell really either.
McConnell was thinking, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, anytime there's a holding call and the offense has a big drive, they're looking at the lineman like, I had it right there.
Well,
and it's all back.
You know what the linemen are saying, though. Nah, man, he just didn't see it right. I didn't hold. If you ask any lineman, they've never once committed a hold.
Oh, they've never. Yeah, he's going, I didn't hold him. I don't know what they saw, but it wasn't a hold.
So ball moves back to the 31 now. Make it first down and 20. Or 16, I'm sorry, spot foul. There's a pitch out from Fish. He'll go to McConnell again. He gets the edge, 25, 20, cuts it back, still rumbling, 15, 14. And that's a nice run by McConnell, who will get back a 17-yard run after that.
Yeah, McConnell definitely sees that one and goes, you know what, we're back. I'm going to do it again. We're just going to do the same thing and do it again, and I'm going to get us back to where we were. So that's definitely a good run by McConnell. Puts him back in really good field position here. So
a First Federal Community Bank first down into the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone. After this play, we'll see if we can check back in with Daniel Adams. If he can hear us all right this time around, we'll check back with him after this. We got a thumbs up. We might have fixed our technical difficulties.
Yeah,
I'm a man of many talents. We have engineering fixes when in between breaks.
Oh yeah, they don't let me talk that long, and that's just a good reason.
So Fish under center. I can stop saying that at this point. You know he's going under center. He will take the snap, turn, pitch it out. It's McConnell again. He'll go up the middle, pushing, lunging forward. He'll probably get to maybe the 11, not much more. So a gain of 3 yards. Second down now and 7. Down to Daniel Adams. What kind of confidence do you think this team has in Carter McConnell? You had that big run, then there was a holding to call it back, and they said, you know what, same play, and he rewards them.
After watching him for a couple games, he is the leader of this team. They rely on him a lot on the offensive to, be a bowling ball, as Adam and Chris called it last week, to just run up the middle and then keep his feet chopping. And on defense, he's had some amazing hits the past couple weeks, and especially tonight too.
He likes to shake some heads every now and again. Fish will turn, pitches it out. This time it's Singer. Singer left side. He gets the lane. Now he'll cut back, goes forward, still bouncing off defenders, and he'll finally get wrestled down, actually yanked down, more like it. They're going to give him the 10-yard line, so that was a whole lot of effort for not a whole lot in terms of a gain.
Yeah, they say Dominic Reed really was just pulling him along like a bag of sand there at the end of it, just trying to pull him back. I don't know if he knew it or not, but yeah, you can't pull back yards once they've crossed the line of scrimmage, but he definitely was trying his best to make sure that they did.
So I think they're actually going to give him a gain of 2 there. I didn't think he even got quite that much.
And that's been the pitch that's been so successful all night. So that's definitely an odd circumstance there.
Third down and 6. There's the handoff. It's up the middle. It's McConnell. He's still driving, pushing forward, and he will finally get taken down at about the 2-yard line maybe. So we will have a 1st and goal here.
I wonder if they'll pass it.
Something tells me no.
I say so far in this very lengthy first half, I think we've only seen 6 passes by Newcomerstown. So highly doubtful, but miracles can happen.
I think I have 7 passes written down. It might be 6 though. I'd have to go back and count.
I think we're at 6.
Fish turns, first man through. Carter McConnell lunges forward and touchdown, Newcomerstown. Trojans just play some good old-fashioned power football. Carter McConnell rewards them with a dive forward for 6.
Yeah, he just starts stomping his feet, digging along like he's making a fine bottle of wine, and, ends up turning into a touchdown. So
with that, the lead expands to 25, and it looks like Newcomerstown will opt to go for the extra point.
I say 3:27. This second quarter seems to be going a little bit, less score heavy than the first quarter.
Extra point is up and blocked again, so the Trojans fail to convert that time. Still, they take the 32-7 lead. Big Z Sports is back for more high school football right after this.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
People are always asking, what is Cartoons? I hear that name on the radio all the time. Cartoons is a radio shop in New Philadelphia that specializes in tuning up your stereo system on anything you drive or ride. We tune up car tunes, truck tunes, boat tunes, motorcycle tunes, RV tunes, new and used vehicle tunes. We carry the best brands from Kenwood, Sony, Alpine, Pioneer, just to name a few. Cartoons also carries a full line of lighting accessories, backup camera systems, remote starts, or just need it installed? Give us a call. Cartoons on West High Avenue in New Philly. Be there.
Big Z Sports is back with more high school football in Z Country, where Newcomerstown's up 32-7, and nothing but a good time. I don't think that could be a better fitting song right now to come back to than Andrew.
It might be the most apt song they could have picked. I say this has been a great game to watch. Even if you're East Canton, you're seeing lots of touchdowns, lots of great plays.
Deep kickoff all the way back to the 5 is where East Canton will pick it up. Right side, he'll make a move, and he will finally nearly go down, but he's going to break out of the tackle. Try to go left. He's got some space. Look out. Here comes Schrader. Schrader up the middle, and he'll finally get tripped up at the 35, maybe the 36. Boy, oh boy. I tell you what, Coach Dirk Gadd had said about how important special teams was before this game. I'm sure he's not overjoyed with what he's seen on some of these plays.
Yeah, that's definitely one that, we normally don't often see in high school returns. That much of a gain, that many broken tackles. And he is just kind of pushing through them like wet paper on this. So he's gotten the return, he's gotten that touchdown. He is really just kind of proven his all. He just needs that offense to match his energy, and they get touchdowns off things like that.
3:13 to go before the half. Some quick score updates in our featured game on 99.9 FM. Dover and Canfield. It's a tight one. Cardinals lead 7-6 over the Tornadoes, and New Philadelphia leads Mount Vernon 8-3 in the second. At halftime, Tusky Valley leads Ridgewood 7-6.
These are some close games. I think we're definitely in store for some great games this weekend.
Reinhardt hands it off up the middle. It's Dye still driving, pushing, and all that effort is going to get him back to the original line of scrimmage. Other scores in Z Country, West Holmes and Worcester tied up 21 apiece in the second. Caldwell all over Canton Valley 28-0. Malvern blowing out Strasburg 35-0 in the second. Garraway has taken a 35-0 lead in the second over Claymont. Indian Valley leads Sandy Valley 27-6, which is one that we were keeping an eye on. Braves, I think, are a little upset after that St. Clairsville loss. Fairless leads Orville 7-0. Marlington and Carrollton deadlocked at 14. St. Clairsville up 14-0 on Harrison Central. And Buckeye Trail is shutting out TCC 36-0. Next snap for Reinhardt. He'll hand it off again. That one's up the middle and absolutely swarmed. And I think that was Ebersbach again. Give him a tackle for loss.
Yeah, that's one of those unfortunate situations. You're trying to, as one of those linemen, you want to try and make space, but this front four from Newcomerstown is just so big and so tough to beat up the gut that they end up just swallowing up a lot of these runs that go inside.
Well, yeah, that front four is made up of Hernandez, Ebersbach. Well, right now, actually, the lineup that they have just has Hernandez and Ebersbach as the two big tackles in there. I'm not sure who's out on the edge. It looks like number 8, Watson Elder. So they went a little bit smaller off that other side.
All right.
Shotgun, one running back. Low snap. He'll pick it up. He's scrambling, and he's going to get absolutely torched in the backfield. There's a big sack by guess who? I just said his name. Watson Elder pulls him down.
Well, that is, if you're that quarterback, you're aching and you're hurting there. You're going, oh, man, my achy, breaky heart. You can tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart.
Do you spend the whole week coming up with these?
Some, yes. Some just go off the top of my head like that one. You know, I got to fit in a country reference every once in a while. I got some Zach Bryan in there. I got some Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, my goodness gracious. We still got a whole half of football, folks. Pray for me. 32-7. A minute to go by the time Newcomerstown gets this ball. It's a short punt. It'll roll back, roll to the 40, now to the 39, and the 38 is where it'll come to rest. It will be Newcomerstown ball here as the clock will stop with exactly 1 minute to go. I could not have guessed that any better. So we will keep it right here as the Trojans. What do you do here, Andrew? Do you consider trying to dial something up to get you back in the end zone, or are you happy with that 25-point lead?
You know what? You keep scoring. I think at this point, you know, there's a whole lot of game left. They themselves got really close to a comeback last week. They know that you got to keep going as long as you can. Obviously, you know, there's a point where you're starting to, you know, throw sand in their eyes, but I think we're not quite at that point yet. We're not even at the half. So I think you're still trying to score, get some points up, and then maybe after the half you're going to start taking your foot off the gas.
So Fish, ready. Takes the snap, fakes the pitch. He'll roll back. He's got pressure. He gets hammered, throws it deep and wide open, and it's a house call. Tanner Smith is going to go. Touchdown, Trojans. Well, I think that answers our question. 62 yards as it is Fish to Smith.
And that's still 50 seconds left on the clock. So, you know, a whole lot of game left in this half. I say, we started going, hey, you know what? They're kind of pulling their tempo back in the second quarter. I think we may have eaten our words there. Just kind of throws it up. We didn't often see him throw it. And, you know, yet again, gets that cheddar biscuit right in the basket like he's at Red Lobster.
Oh, Daniel, he's killing me up here. Daniel Adams down to the sideline, brought to you by Dr. Nathan Springer. Did you kind of get the sense that by the Newcomerstown sideline standing down there that they were going to try to dial up again that long pass as the extra point is up, and it is going to be good that time?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, long first half for sure, and I think Gad wanted a running clock. He wanted the second half to go quicker.
Okay.
But, you know, a lot of excitement. 62 yards. Well, how many passes is that? That's
over
5.
You both were right. Let me put it that way.
That was over 5 for sure. But
there's been 5. I'm looking at this quarter. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 this quarter alone, so that should answer that question for you.
They're mixing things up, and I'm pretty sure that's the second passing touchdown that Fish has.
That would have been, right you are, second passing touchdown. Look at you. It's almost like Daniel's been posting these on Big Z Sports' social media platforms as he's trying to keep up. Daniel doing a great job down there.
Yeah, it's always important to make sure that, you know, he's always writing these down. He's typed them up. He's got it a little easier than we do. We got to come up with jokes up here all night, or at least I do. So
you got the jokes. I just got your play-by-play. That's how it works, I think.
I say I'm starting to get a little more food references. I think I might be a little hungry.
Now we'll have to maybe stop down the concession stand at halftime. 39-7. Your lead now, Newcomerstown, all business, as they look very much different from the team that lost 2 straight.
Oh, just ball fell off the tee there. I was wondering why he was taking such a slow approach.
So you'll notice probably, Andrew, I think you have a soccer background, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
So you'll notice, I'm pretty sure the shoe that Ethan Foster has looks just like a soccer cleat. That might be what it is. Or boot, as I guess they would call it.
It's a cleat over here. It's boots over in England, but it's still a cleat here.
East Canton on the return there, and going down to the ground hard is Ollie Schrader. He'll move it up to about the 27-yard line, it looks like, and that's where the Hornets will take over.
You know what? I'll even flex my soccer knowledge on you. I believe he's wearing a Vapor Max. But yeah, those soccer cleats.
Are they Adidas? Is that what it's
Nike?
Like Nike? Okay.
But yeah, they typically football cleat has a cleat in the front, right by the toe. Soccer cleats do not have that, so that's the big difference. So whenever they drag that foot on the kick, it doesn't have a chance of getting caught on anything. So that's your fun little factoid today.
The more you know. About 43 seconds to go here before the halftime. Of course, we will move into your First National Bank of Denison halftime report. As, of course, if you want to keep up to date with all the scores happening in Z Country, we had the scoreboard a little bit ago, but tune in to 99.9 FM. That's where we will bring you all the updates. Reinhardt hands it off. There's a big hole for Dye. He's going to stiff arm. He's still driving forward, and he's going to get a first down. Flag came in kind of in the area of maybe a hold or maybe a face mask. I'm not really sure. Dye and the defender were really deadlocked and pushing and shoving back and forth pretty hard, and it is going to be a face mask call against the Trojans. Coach Gadd doesn't look too happy about that.
Yeah, but I think if you're Coach Spider, you're going, we really need that. It's 35 seconds left. That keeps us in this, it's 32-point game right now. All of a sudden, you're getting bumped up. You're nearing your 50, and you're not having to get near as far.
We will have to see as we get ready for halftime here if Daniel Adams can catch up with head coach Dirk Gadd as they get ready for the tunnel. His team going to have that lead. The question is, how much is the lead going to be? As East Canton are not going to go away easy. We know Coach Spider Miller's been doing this a long, long time, and, he's not going to let his troops give up, that's for sure. Ball will be directly at midfield.
Yeah, I think Spider, after meeting him, he is not a man that will go quietly into the night. He will try until the clock hits 0, until it hits midnight and so Cinderella goes home from the ball. He is going to give it 110%.
3 wide receivers left, 1 right. Running back in the shotgun with Reinhardt. He'll take the snap. Straight drop, pump fake, now goes to the right side, left it short, and that one was popped up into the air, incomplete, as going over there and making the contact was Brickles. Also in that vicinity was Smith. That one popped up, and I bet you there was a collective gasp for East Canton.
Yeah, I think that's one of those ones you're like, did we get it? Did we get picked off? You're just, holding your hearts and going, please go in our favor, and it turns into an incomplete pass, and I think you're celebrating at that point because, you're thinking 50-50 chance it's something bad, and it's, the most neutral of outcomes you can get off a pass.
30 seconds to go now before half. 2nd down and 10, ball directly at midfield. It will be the same formation now for East Canton. 3 left, 1 right, 1 running back beside Reinhardt, the running back being Dye. High snap, Reinhardt grabs it one-handed, slings it left side. It's a swing pass, and there was a miscommunication there as diving for it on the attempt for Newcomerstown was number 22, Austin Smith. He had visions of an interception there. Who was streaking to the end zone was James Stubblefield. Just not on the same page there on offense.
Yeah, I will say, though, Smith definitely had that fire in his eyes of like, ooh, I'm making my interception here. And, he is 5'11". He's a junior. He's got some time in here to still grow and develop next year. But, with that reach, he's probably going, if I was just a little bit taller.
So now, 3rd down and 10, 2 running backs now. They will flank either side of Reinhardt. High snap, and he drops it. It's bobbled around, scramble for the ball, and it looks like the Trojans might have it as, where's the signal? I think, are they going to say it's East Canton ball because the way they waved that off. And sure enough, are they pointing for Newcomerstown?
It looks.
And sure enough, they are going to say Trojan ball. Recovering it was Martin Hernandez. I tell you what, it was Carter McConnell who was locked up with 2 Hornets, and the ball still seemed to be live and no one was going for it. Hernandez went down behind his legs at the back and went, I'll take that. And he popped up and held it up.
Yeah, he definitely just went, oh, it's still there. I might as well grab it. Yeah, I think your quarterback and running back about to go over to the coach and go, Coach, hey, popcorn for the game. That's what happened.
Fumble recovery there for Hernandez. Another turnover there for East Canton. Another turnover forced for Newcomerstown. So in plus territory again. Ball's on the 43, and it looks like they are going to go into a kneel-down formation. And sure enough, they will. That will do it for the first half here from Newcomerstown. The score being 39-7. The Trojans all over the Hornets. Some mistakes, though, for this Newcomerstown team. They're going to probably want to try to polish up, as we'll see if Daniel Adams can get a hold of Coach Gadd as he's talking with his team as they head towards the locker room now. I'm sure he has plenty of things to say, plenty of things he might want to talk with his players about. He's actually talking to one of them now as he walks over there, as Daniel stride for stride so far with Coach Gadd. And he said about the special teams thing, I'm sure he's very happy with the special teams score his team had. Not so happy with the one that they allowed, as again, your score 39-7.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going, it's a mixed bag here. It's some trail mix. Yeah, we scored on that kickoff, but we've missed some extra points, and that's still costing you points at the end of the day.
One of the biggest a couple big plays in the first half there. Clayton Fish hits Tanner Smith. Smith with a 97-yard kickoff return. as big sack for Watson Elder, and now it does look like Daniel actually does have Coach Gadd. Daniel?
Hey, I'm here with Coach Gadd. Very demanding lead right now. What's going to be your message to your team?
Well, you know, I'm proud of the effort so far. Obviously, there's some things we still need to clean up. They've stopped us a few times. We need to fix that stuff. But, you know, kids came out. We're playing well. We've executed, which is a big thing. I'd like to see us clean our special teams up a little bit, though.
For sure, Coach. Thanks.
That was Daniel Adams as we head into halftime here, brought to you by the First National Bank of Denison. 39-7 will be your score. We'll tally up some stats and such, maybe get some water. I'm a little parched. I don't know about you, Andrew, as that was a high pace there in the first half. Stick around. Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications will be back with today's presentation of high school football following this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Trojan fans all across this land. It is a privilege to present to you the best band in the land. This year's edition of the Newcomerstown Marching Trojans. Under the direction of Caleb Bradley, Aaron Jobs, the assistant director, Brittany Oswald and Sarah McVeigh, guard instructors, and Mary Lynn Berkshire, the majorette instructor. Their halftime show is called Radio Hits. In tonight's selection, the Marching Trojans will be performing Industry Baby, Old Time Rock and Roll, and I Want to Dance with Somebody. That special request. The cheerleaders are asked, will you dance with the band? Because we are Trojan Nation and we are marching into victory. Go Trojans!
Welcome back into your First National Bank of Denison halftime report. Nick McWilliams, Andrew Gibb, and Daniel Adams now bringing you high school football coverage in Z Country. Hopefully you enjoyed a first attempt at making the bands go on for our halftime show, both of them. Hopefully that was enjoyable.
Yeah, I think those were both pretty good band shows. I really enjoyed them personally. So, excited to see what the second half has in store. That first half, so exciting. I'm wondering what the second half can have in store.
So a quick synopsis here as the clock winds down. Real quick, just some stats for you. Clayton Fish in that first half, wow, was he ever good. 6 for 7, 141 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also had a pass breakup on defense as well, so good stuff for Fish. Tanner Smith, a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. He also hauled in 3 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown. How about Dominic Singer, the running back? He had 8 carries for a total of, I think it was just over 100 yards. So Dom Singer doing some big stuff as well for the Newcomerstown Trojans. Brody Brickles also having a handful of carries there as well, with a rushing touchdown as well for Carter McConnell. He found his way to the end zone. Watson Elder with a big sack there for the Trojans. And also a fumble recovery for Martin Hernandez. I mean, just overall for Newcomerstown, they got to be mostly pleased.
Oh, yeah, I think that Coach may have over-exaggerated a little bit, things to work on. All in all, I'd call that a very successful first half. I mean, you're talking 39 points and a half. There's a kickoff return. There's a lot of offensive action. I don't think a lot of mistakes. I think it just, the way the game goes sometimes that, we have to call them mistakes. But, yeah, like you're talking, I'd call a very successful half, up 32. You get the running clock in the second half and the ball in the second half to start. So you can take as much time as you like. You can, they might strike by the iron's heart. We were saying with 50 seconds left, what do they do here? Do they knee it out? And they take one play and score. So it's really up in the air as to what they might do to start this second half with receiving the ball.
And I also misspoke. Dom Singer actually has a pair of touchdowns. I said he only had the one, so already over the century mark in 2 touchdowns. We'll see what Newcomerstown and East Canton bring forth as we get ready for the second half of high school football in Z Country. You're listening to Big Z Sports, Claxon Communications, and our sponsors, TMK Valley Propane, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, and Novelis, right here with high school football. Stick around as we return following our First National Bank of Denison halftime report. Nick, Andrew, and Daniel are back after this.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. The past 30 years, the residents in and around the Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff of McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of those communities, there is nothing better than high school sports. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty, 330-364-SOLD, or find us online at McInturfRealty.net.
Talks we've had over the years, including what you've told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me. And believe it or not, they really do make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Dad, for talking and preparing me for what's ahead.
Thank you for talking.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov
or go to empowertusk.com.
Take a second to step outside of your daily life and breathe. Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District brings that perfect break from a busy life and great destinations for relaxing, camping, fishing, hiking, family-friendly activities, and so much more. Atwood and Tappan Lakes also have new campsites with full hookup connections and full-service marinas. Reserve your adventure now at mwcd.org. The Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District would also like to congratulate all of the area athletes on a great season.
Welcome back to Newcomerstown. Big Z Sports, Claxon Communications, bringing you high school football from Z Country as the score stands at 39-7. We already mentioned some of the big plays, the big scoring moments there for Newcomerstown. Really just kind of a dominant performance thus far. Clayton Fish, 6 for 7, 141 yards to 2 touchdowns, a pass breakup on defense, a couple tackles on defense too. Tanner Smith had 3 catches, 76 yards and that touchdown. 97-yard kickoff return as well for a touchdown for him. Dom Singer in that first quarter alone had 6 carries for 97 yards and a touchdown. Went kind of quiet there in the second, just the 2 carries for 4 yards. But overall, 8 carries, 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. You like to see that out of your bell cow running back.
Absolutely.
One of your bell cow running backs, I should say.
Yeah, whenever you run a set like that with 3 running backs and a quarterback that can definitely hold it and run, yeah, it's one of those ones it's kind of how Army ends up getting wins. It's like, well, who's going to get the ball and where are they going with it? The triple option. It's hard to beat. We make jokes that Army and Navy run the triple option, and it's why they never win. But
it wears
works.
you down.
It beats you. It beats you into the ground, and then, yeah, you get something like a kick return, and all of a sudden, yeah, now you're up, and you can do that and it work even more effectively.
So Carter McConnell also had 9 carries so far in that first half for 24 yards. Not big on that in the yardage total, but he also had a touchdown. So good to see Carter, one of the kind of lifebloods of this team. You know, as Daniel Adams said, kind of a leader for this team. Just a junior there. And Daniel, would you assume that maybe with the score the way it is and Newcomerstown wanting to dictate this game, you give it to big number 36? There you go, Daniel. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I said, given the score that it is, you know, Carter McConnell didn't get a ton of production in yardage, but he did get that touchdown in the first half. You said he was kind of the lifeblood of this team in the first half. Would you imagine they want to hand it off to big number 36 here and just keep grinding down the clock?
Oh, absolutely. I believe that, you know, to set the tone of the second half, Newcomerstown's going to try to score again and then kind of die it down.
And there's the kickoff for East Canton. It's rolling, and it's going to go out of bounds. So Newcomerstown will start with very good field position here. Clayton Fish coming back out under center. And behind him, I would assume, of course, it would be Brickles and Singer and McConnell. They will start at the 35-yard line. First and 10.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. Yeah, kickoffs. It's a whole different world than punts. Obviously, everyone sees it and you assume it's the same thing. But yeah, punt goes out. That's where you get the ball. Kickoff goes out. Yeah, you're getting the ball at the 35, and you don't do anything to touch it. And you know, intelligent players, you know, you learn from your mistakes. You do it, or you watch somebody do it, and you know that's how you're able to make up for those. And again, we said earlier, you watch that Pittsburgh game, and you see them do it, and you question why, and because you question why, you learn to not do it yourself.
Man, you can't let that go.
I really want to pick on Chris. That's more why I want to do it.
A little bit different look here this time for Newcomerstown as turning and handing off his Fish and somebody breaking it out on the outside again. And guess who? It's somebody who had a big first half. It is going to be Dom Singer. Tackle. I'm sorry, I messed it up again. That's actually Brody Brickles.
Yeah, you know what? It may be a different look, but you know they're still getting the same results out of it. It's like marrying your ex-wife's sister. They may look a little different. You're probably getting the same result out of it.
Oh, my goodness.
I already ran out of the stuff I wrote down. These are all just coming from the heart.
Now we're just going. Hey, you've done enough. You've done well. So Fish lines up under center. Now they go back into that tight formation as he'll turn, hand it off. That time it's Singer. Singer with a big hole. He's going to bust it out right side, and there might not be nobody home. Singer down the right sideline, 20, 15, 10, and he's hacked down from behind at about the 8-yard line. Make it they're going to mark him right at the 10. So a big-time run there, going from the 43 on Newcomerstown side all the way down into the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone at the 10.
Oh, yeah, he definitely made sure his shoes were tied for that one because he got it and he was gone. I think that safety definitely was like, I just got to catch up. It didn't matter how close. I just got to make sure he does not see that end zone because we're already down and the clock's already ticking away.
By my count, 47 yards on that run there for Singer. Fish turns, first man through, Carter McConnell bulldozing, and he will get up to, I'll say, probably the 6-yard line. 4-yard gain for big 36.
Yeah, they're just whittling away. You know, some people see the running clock as a chance to, start passing the ball. And they're going, you know what? It was working. Let's keep scoring.
I think Newcomerstown, given their struggles last game in that loss to Martins Ferry in the passing game, we know how few times they actually pass it. I think that Coach Gadd and company saw all they needed to see from the passing game. It was working like a thing of beauty. And we're actually going to get a wide receiver out wide here in Tanner Smith this time. Have to imagine it's going back to McConnell. Fish turns. Instead, it's a pitch. Singer going left. He gets a lead block from McConnell. Now he cuts it back inside. Still dancing around. At the 5. Breaks a tackle. Going from left to right. He'll lunge forward. In all of that effort to get about a 2, maybe 3-yard gain, it will be third down.
Yeah, he ran about 18 yards to go forward, too. And that's never something you want to see. Sometimes there's just too much shenanigans and tomfoolery going on, and you're just kind of – he had the read on the outside and just thought, I can beat him in, and he has to keep going in, and he has to keep going in. Now I'm going to go outside the other way. And, it just doesn't always work out.
They actually gave him a gain that time of 3 yards. So third down and 4. Third down and goal, in fact. Turns, hands off, inside, Brickles. Driving, and he'll cross the pylon, or the goal line. Touchdown, Newcomerstown, as running it in from short yardage is Brody Brickles to increase the Newcomerstown lead.
Yeah, those are those ones, like you're on the 4, and that's one of those ones that for East Canton, they're going to run it, and it's one of those ones they still kind of put those corners kind of crashing in. And it's like you might as well run them almost as if they're linebackers and just kind of stack that box as much as you can, because a lot of their work has been coming from the inside, and they've just been tearing you apart. And now you're talking a big lead with a running clock.
Extra point is up, and it is good that time. Newcomerstown leads 46-7. Back with Big Z Sports, the high school football after this.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Jeanette Hutton, South Broadway, and Schunbrunn in New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back here with Big Z Sports. High school football in Z Country, Newcomerstown all over East Canton. 46-7. Of course, a big thank you to Hartzler's Quality Housing as we're joining you from their mobile studio. Today's presentation by TMK Valley Propane, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, and Novellus. Getting set for another Cartoons kickoff. Of course, Cartoons, your automotive accessory headquarters in New Philadelphia. Sending it deep again will be Ethan Foster. Moment there, Andrew, as it's Pablo Perez Garcia del Prado, the foreign exchange student, the kicker who just got in there.
That's got to feel good. I mean,
he booted it.
Yeah, you're not here for very long. You get to experience American culture a little bit. He gets to be a kicker in a varsity game on Friday night and have all the fun of being a kicker.
Look at all his teammates are running over there on the sideline, giving him a pat on the helmet. Cool stuff there.
Nothing more fun than being a kicker on Friday night when you're up big. That's the glory job that everyone looks for.
So we'll see here for Newcomerstown. They still got their starting defense in there. 2 running backs flank for East Canton. There's a handoff in the backfield, dancing around, getting a hole, and working his way up to the 30-yard line. That time was Dominic Rita. He will have a gain of about 6, so a good first down play there for the Hornets. When you look at a score that's 39 points at this point, anything in the right direction is a positive thing you want just to build on.
Yeah, if you're East Canton, you don't care if it's coming from the ground, it's coming from the air, if it's coming from penalties. Yards are yards, and you're just hoping that maybe you can try and dig yourself out just a little bit, especially if you're Spider that has such a historic career. You're just hoping that you don't lose by more than 40. You're hoping that, you can start chipping away here and there with this game.
Running clock, of course, now under 7 minutes already here in this second half. Handoff inside for East Canton again, and there's nothing there. Rita goes down hard, and making the tackle that time, again in the backfield, was Martin Hernandez, who has just been a force back there off the line.
Yeah, he just got back there, and he just took him down. He just was able to sniff that one through and just get the tackle for loss off it. And, those are those big ones that, it isn't the glamorous sack stat, but tackles for loss are still just as big of a deal, even though they don't get as much attention.
So now it is 3rd down and 6. Back in the shotgun again for East Canton, Mason Reinhardt, as it's another handoff up the middle and pulled down as he gets up close to first down yardage. Martin Hernandez on the tackle. It's Rita again.
Yeah, and it looks like they're rolling that one a first down, and that's something you definitely, you're like, all right, we got a first down. We're starting to make some traction here. It puts you on the 35. Still got a ways to go here, but you're definitely appreciating what you got. So definitely going in the right direction, but is at almost insurmountable odds at this point with 39 points.
So the ball will be at the 35. East Canton trying to put something together here. Reinhardt goes back to pass, slings it right side, left it well short, should have been picked off, but it's in and out of the hands of the defender there for the Trojans. And looking up skyward thinking, oh my goodness, I should have had that, was Bryson Brickles.
Yeah, Bryson definitely looked at that one, and he's like, there's nobody near me, jump up and get it, and it just it wasn't in the perfect spot, and he drops it. You still get the pass breakup, and that's nothing to be heartbroken about. The interception looks a whole lot sweeter, though. Usually parents are a little bit more excited about that one. They're like, hey, steak dinner if you get the interception in all this game you've had so far.
No, I think around this time of year they're actually going to tell him you get to go to the fair and pick out whatever food you want, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
So Reinhardt in the shotgun, fakes the handoff. It's an option, and he's going to run off the right side, and he is hit hard and driven down, that time by Brody Brickles. He will go down at about the 40-yard line, so it's a fourth down upcoming.
Yeah, on that tackle, they definitely are trying to just dig their heels into the ground and just try and stop him because he had his momentum going, and I think he was really wanting it.
I apologize. Third down, not fourth down yet. They actually marked the ball up to the 41 that time. Reinhardt, two running backs either side of him, one receiver either side. He will hand it off, and slung around in the backfield. It's going to be Dye. He's going to try to make something happen. Going to cut all the way to the right. Now he is going to get finally swarmed number back at the 30 with a host of tackles, but there is a penalty flag down, and that looks like it is in the area of a face mask, and sure enough it is.
Yeah, and that's something that, you had the right situation there. They're talking 3rd and 4, and you're able to tackle him back behind the original line of scrimmage, and that's wonderful. But then the face mask almost completely undoes it, and that's something that you're really not looking forward to. I know that lead allows you to make a little bit more mistakes, but these are mistakes that didn't happen when you were, a little bit closer of a game. So I think that you still got to be awake and alert and be ready to kind of make those stops, even though you're up so big.
So we'll see where that actually puts them in terms of the yardage, as we await to see how much they march off here. Well, they haven't moved it yet. I don't know if there's a conversation as to where that's supposed to be. Or maybe if it was a spot foul, did that just put them back there? But it should be an automatic first down regardless, right? It's a personal foul call. It has to be a first down.
I'm not sure what's going on here. This is definitely an interesting situation where,
Well, now they've marked him. Yes, so it actually, funny enough, if it is a spot foul, the line of scrimmage will actually be the 37-yard line. But it still should be a first down, though.
I'm not sure how this one, this gets dictated. You might want to pull out the OHSAA rulebook and double-check on this one. Yeah, it's definitely an odd situation.
Unless for some reason East Canton, I have no idea what just happened there. Reinhardt slings it left side. That's going to be a completed pass, and up over past a First Federal Community Bank first down is James Stubblefield, who hauls it in. Finally taken down on the play by Singer. So moving the chains, something East Canton has struggled with so far in this game. Again, just always build off of the positives.
Yeah, and that's definitely one of those positives. Yeah, you get the first down. You're getting a little bit close to midfield, but this running clock is still right there behind you. So you're talking 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and, this is still that first drive that we started with. Or no. No, it's not. But, yeah, you're making a long drive out of this, but you want to have some result out of it as well.
Reinhardt slings it off to Dye. Dye out in the flat. He's got some speed, and he will finally get drugged down, though, at the 49. A lot of speed out on the corner for not a whole bunch of gain there, but still it will advance the ball for the Hornets. 46-7, just a minute and a half to go now in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think
as the running clock, it is kind of a benefit overall because when these games are decided, there's arguments to and for it every single time. But, for East Canton here, I know that they want to still get more experience, but They are a young team, but you just at a certain point, though, it's some say it's waving the white flag. I don't know if that's necessarily right.
No, I think you're correct in that. And, yeah, like there are advantages to letting it run through the game, but it's also Newcomerstown's up 39 right now. If we don't have this rolling clock, it could become a 46-point game, and then try and do some math in my head real quick. A 53-point game.
I'll let you do that.
It starts becoming even bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you start going, at what point does somebody have to step in and go, all right, we don't want to be sitting here till 12:30 to just watch Newcomerstown kick sand in their eyes.
So in plus territory for East Canton, 3rd down and 4. Reinhardt back to pass, slings a quick out. Actually, there's a quick hitch route there, and up to the 40-yard line for the Hornets goes Dominic Rita. So it's another First Federal Community Bank first down.
Yeah, and, I think we're going to end out the first quarter here, but you're getting some movement, but I think you're hoping for even more movement right now, and it's just one of those ones I think that you're not getting as much as you like, but this rolling clock's definitely going to be something that is always going to be on your back. Even if you score here, it's still 32, if you go for 31-point game, and it's still going to keep rolling. So that situation where it's a no-win. Even if you score here, the clock's going to keep rolling on you behind you.
That will do it for the third quarter as we move on to the fourth here. Newcomerstown still leading 46-7. Stick around. Big Z Sports is back after this.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products? DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC Vitamins and Minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
TMK Valley Propane is embracing remote tank monitors. Are you tired of going outside to check your propane tank or forget to order your propane on time? TMK Valley Propane now provides reliable remote tank monitoring technology. Let TMK Valley Propane take the worry away, provide timely delivery, and never run out of propane again. Thank you for your trust in TMK Valley Propane.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
Back to Newcomerstown, one final quarter to go, 12 minutes with a running clock, 46-7. Newcomerstown leads East Canton. Pretty quiet there, third quarter. Naturally, not a whole bunch of offensive plays for the Trojans. Hornets, decent drive, though. Probably one of their better drives tonight thus far they've had here as we go into the fourth.
Yeah, this is definitely looking like a better one compared to some of the others.
Reinhardt hands off Rita up the middle, and he will go to the 35 and still on his feet and still fighting, scrumming forward. Almost to the 34-yard line. Rita there has not had, in that first half and most of the third quarter, well, some of the third quarter, didn't have a ton of handoffs or a ton of carries, I should say, out of the backfield, but now he's got some more carries there. As we're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout. Player down on the field for East Canton. Big Z Sports will return after this.
This is Jordan Hartzler. At Hartzler's Quality Housing, our goal is to help customers achieve the dream of home ownership. We have been a family-owned, affordable housing business for over 40 years. We value our customers and have the knowledge and experience to help you walk through the home buying process from start to finish.
Conveniently located just off I-77 in New Philadelphia, stop by and browse their model homes or learn more by visiting Hartzlers.com. Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Good to see Dominic Rita for the Hornets, able to get up under his own power, and he'll walk back to the sideline now. 46-7. Of course, one of the few situations where that running clock does stop. Injury timeouts naturally. Now the clock will begin again off the referee's whistle.
Yeah, that's definitely one that I think everyone's hoping that, he'd get up and he'd be okay. We've seen a lot of injuries this year in every sports level of just, it's really gruesome and tough.
That time, there was a miscommunication as Reinhardt handed it off, and swarming in the backfield was Martin Hernandez again. The handoff that time was to Number 15, Rhea.
Yeah, Martin got back there, and he seemed to be real excited on the way up.
Oh, excuse me, Dye. I don't know where I got Rhea.
Yeah, he definitely got up and excited. He has, that fumble recovery, and now he gets the sack on that as well. He's definitely, going, everyone's having a good night tonight. Why can't I?
Martin Hernandez, if we gave out defensive players of the game, he might make a run for that. From the 38. Now that pass is picked off by Newcomerstown. It was a quick read, and he did not see the defender. And guess who it is? It's Brody Brickles, who's pulled down from behind at about the 17-yard line. Big play that time for Brickles as we have the interception that goes back into the red zone. Big Z Sports will take a timeout here, and we will return after this.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Kime, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Kime Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
This is Carly Mills. At First Federal Community Bank, our mission is to empower the financial well-being of our community one person at a time. Through integrity and quality, we earn the trust of our customers and exceed their expectations. First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community since 1898. Serving your banking needs in Dover, New Philadelphia, Yurksville, Sugar Creek, Berlin, and Mount Hope. First Federal Community Bank, member FDIC.
We are back with Big Z Sports now as we get set to round this one out. Great sign for Mason Reinhardt, the freshman quarterback, to get up and actually walk off on his own power there with his coaches on either side. Kind of a worrisome moment there, but Reinhardt got up after taking a quick breather, and he'll go back to the sideline. Great interception there for Brody Brickles, who returned it a long way. They're in the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone now, is Newcomerstown. And they're actually got more of the backups in now, so bear with us here as the first play is going to be a handoff to the running back, trying to find some room and getting swarmed under quickly. He's number 10, Jacob Simmons. In at quarterback now is Mason Shalosky. He's just a freshman.
All right, so you're up this big. There's a running clock. You're talking 10 minutes left. Yeah, you're going to start putting in those second stringers. Let them have their night shine on Friday night. You're up enough. You don't really got to keep hammering down on them like you have been.
No, absolutely no need for that.
Yeah, at this point, it seems a bit excessive if you're going to keep their starters in at that point.
So, under 10 to go, 9:40 to be specific. So, Shalosky under center now. Takes the snap, turn, hands it off, first man through, and diving down low, submarining forward, appeared to be Grant Varnes, the freshman running back. Listed at 5'3", $125. Ooh.
Yeah, you know what? He still got a couple yards off it. If I'm not, I guess never mind. That was a little bit of a loss, but it's hard to get.
They did mark him for a 1-yard loss. I think he lost his footing there a little bit.
Yeah, at his size, you still have room to grow and develop. But yeah, that's definitely one of those ones like you're looking at the line going, this is going to be a little tougher than I thought.
Shalosky under center, turns, pitches it. It's going to be Varnes, and he's going to get swallowed up again. Loss of a couple there, back to the 25. So that will bring up fourth down.
Actually, it looks to be Lucas Justice. That's listed at 5'3", 105 that got the ball there. But yeah,
was that number 3 that time?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It's hard to read with the camo for sure.
So I got fooled because his helmet says number 85, but he's wearing jersey number 3.
Yeah. I was going off the jersey number because 5'3" kind of added up a little bit more.
I got you.
You're getting in those smaller backs that are, still fairly young, that are freshmen, that have a lot of room to grow and develop, and let them get some game time experience, which is bigger than anything.
8:15 to go, 4th and 18. I would assume it's just a run up the middle for Newcomerstown. Sure enough, it will be. There's the handoff, and stopped at the line again for the Trojans will be Simmons. So it is a turnover on downs as East Canton is set to take over. We'll see if Shalosky is able to come back at the quarterback position. Remember, he went down for the Hornets there, getting dinged up after he threw that interception to Brody Brickles. And for Reinhardt, just getting him back up to go. But here's the positive note for East Canton. You've got a freshman quarterback in there. The kid's got an arm. We've seen him throw it deep. Just got to fine-tune it a little bit.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those injuries you're hoping not is nothing serious. He's back out there because, yeah, he is a freshman, and those injuries do start to pile up and add up on your body. So by the time he's a senior, it could be a lot more pain and all that come the end of his playing career for East Canton. But he looks to be up and able and still good.
The Trojans and Hornets mascot having a great time here right in front of us. Handoff up the middle, and going nowhere is Rita, who gets knocked down to the ground, kind of back at the line of scrimmage. Actually might have lost a yard or two.
Yeah, see, this mascot fight it's getting a little serious down here. They're kind of swinging a little harder than I thought they would for a mascot fight, but they're hugging it out, and everyone's okay. So it's all in good fun.
They're just having some fun here. The kids seem to love it. As the East Canton mascot now walks back to his sideline. Good round of applause here from the Newcomerstown faithful. That's good to see.
You can never be upset about a lightsaber fight.
A lightsaber fight with a Hornet and a Trojan.
And no one ever complains about that.
7 minutes to go now in the fourth. Reinhardt in the shotgun, snaps over his head. It's going to fall back into the hands of Rita. And now he's got some room, but he'll dive forward. And after a couple, making the tackle there is Dom Singer, who thankfully had a very heads-up play there for the Trojans, because I don't think they were ready to have that ball go right into the hands of Rita.
Yeah, it was one of those ones that popped over his head, and then, yeah, you just happen to have Rita just ready to catch it, and it definitely works out in their favor, but it does look there's still penalty on the play. So
more substitutions. Simmons is actually coming in on defense for Newcomerstown, and also on the line, Clay Bishop is in there for the Trojans. I'll get you some of the other substitutions here in a minute. Reinhardt takes the snap, slings it left side. It's going to be hauled in and tackled almost immediately by Dom Singer and Clayton Fish over by the 35-yard line. Did not see which Hornet. It was actually James Stubblefield who made that catch. So it'll be a 4th down and short. 6 minutes to go here.
Yeah, this is definitely those situations where it's starting to sting a little bit, where it's like, yeah, we're going to punt away with 6 minutes left. And there's not much we can do, but it's 4th and short, and you're in your own territory. Running it really just gives them the ball back to almost knee it out. It sounds weird to say that, but yeah, so you're going to punt it away and, hope that you can get the ball back soon.
After this punt here, as it's a low-line drive going up on Newcomerstown, and they're happy to just let it roll all the way back to the 32. Head down to the sidelines, brought to you by Dr. Nathan Springer, and Daniel, you can see on this Newcomerstown sideline, you standing there, they already know. They're obviously this game's well in hand. But Trojans here, it's great to see all these young kids get excited who are getting to get in the game.
Oh, yeah, 100%. This is the time to do it. Get the young guys the experience they need. A comfortable lead for the Trojans. I mean, why not? And everybody's having fun with it. So
I do notice the shorts are still on, but the hoodie has now come on as well. Getting a little chilly out there.
Yes, it was. And my mistake last week, I was here, and it was so cold, and I didn't bring anything, so I made sure I was prepared this time. So,
well, good on you. You got it figured out this time. The handoff, that time from Shalosky to the first man through and fighting his way forward. That time it was Grant Varnes, who has a nice little run there, about 5-yard gain. Fought off some arm tackles.
Yeah, he definitely gave it his all there for, a guy that's not seeing much time. He's going, I'm taking advantage of the time that I get, and, peels off about 4 or 5 yard run there, 5-yard run as they're rolling it. So yeah, it's got to be one of those moments. Yeah, for these developmental players, any gain's a good day because you get to be on the field on Friday night. You get to have a gain. You get to be in the stat sheet for positive yardage.
So Newcomerstown will improve now to 4-2 on the season. East Canton will fall now to 1-5. Obviously, still some time left here as Varnes goes up the middle and gets stonewalled. Maybe he lost a yard. Obviously, there's still some time left, but, the game well in hand. Thinking ahead now on this back half of the IVC now for the Trojans at 4-2 with the 4 weeks after this remaining. You've got some tough matchups. You got some matchups you might be favored in. But I'd have to imagine Newcomerstown, sitting at that 4-2 mark, have to be pretty pleased. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look back from their previous mark from the previous season. It's kind of a similar record, I think, that they had at this point. And, of course, that ended up in a playoff berth.
Yeah, definitely at this point you're going, playoffs are more than likely, not out of the picture in any way unless, something really tragic happens and, something gets thrown out of order. But you're definitely going, all right, we have TCC. I'm not wanting to be disrespectful.
It's been a rough season for the Saints.
It's been a very tough season for them. They're winless. They look to continue that tonight. So it's one of those ones I think Newcomerstown's going, we get to go in there and we get to have a win, and then you're talking 5-win season, which definitely helps you get into the playoffs. Usually about that 500 mark is a lot of playoff markers for any high school team. So you're definitely looking at that going, all right, well, we're there. And we got some other games that we might be favoriting in that we go, all right, well, this might get us higher seed and we get to have home field advantage. And, that's something you might be getting excited about for at least the first round, having home field advantage.
One thing of note, obviously, any given Friday, you got to show up and play. So TCC might have struggled thus far, but who knows? That could it could be one of those games, but you never know what's going to happen. As the punt that time for Ethan Foster is downed in East Canton territory. So clock stopped here at 3:09 to go.
Yeah, we've definitely seen our fair share of upsets in the pros. Look, we got week 1, the Lions upset the champion Chiefs. We look back a few years, Michigan gets beat by App State. There's upsets galore, and that's definitely one, you don't want to look past that game. You're still looking at TCC and some of these other games you might go, we're a heavy favorite in this. You're still looking at that game as something that we still got to play it. We can't just go, well, even if we put our second stringers in to start, we're going to win. You don't want to think that way because, it sneaks up on you. And, sometimes the lights are too bright, and that ends up, being a loss.
Reinhardt still in there. He'll hand it off to Rita. Rita now up the middle, and he'll lunge forward across midfield and is close to a First Federal Community Bank first down. Actually going to be marked, maybe the width of the football away, so make it second down and a very short one, second down and a foot. Rita, like we said, not a ton of playing time in the backfield. Saw him at wide receiver some, but he's had a very nice game overall coming out of the backfield. Coming off the field now, Tanner Smith and Brody Brickles coming into the game. Bruce Gibbs for the Trojans.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those games that, you're just hoping for any playing time that you can get, and for if you're East Canton, anything's positive that you can take out of this.
Mason Shalosky also in there. Rita gets a nice run, and he'll go up to the 30-yard line. Some of the other substitutions in there now. Number 3, Lucas Justice, as well as number 23, Caden Gibbs.
I think we even saw a line change with Hunter Mowry going in there, getting some time as well. So, they're definitely putting
Brian
in all
Alonso
the kids
in there
that get
too.
to enjoy some time on the field. And, especially with these cool jerseys tonight, this is really a one that, people are taking your pictures on the field.
As well as looks like Austin Smith also in there. So pretty much the wholesale second-team defense. Handoff. Rita is absolutely stonewalled, and that time coming through is number 72, Hunter Mowry.
We just talked about him, 5'7", 280, and we're like, he gets to come in and just stuffs him. And that's one that makes you feel good, Hopefully somebody got that picture because, you're coming off the bench this year. Next year might be your time to be the starter, but, the more pictures, the merrier. So, he's definitely going, I hope they got my picture there, and I get to have the sack, I get to be on the field, and it's a fun night. I get to be in the cool special jerseys from the National Guard as well.
Yeah, Mowry just a sophomore, so sure we'll be seeing him on that defensive line for years to come. There's a handoff, and for East Canton, it's number 42, and he is spun around and dropped. As dropping him to the grass here is Watson Elder. The carry, new player in for East Canton, was Cullen Hawthorne. As we've got 45 seconds to go here, so certainly looks like, of course, Newcomerstown is definitely going to pick up the score's going to stay at 46-7, I should say.
Yeah, miracles can happen. I don't think I've ever seen a miracle that big.
So shotgun formation. Handoff. It's Hawthorne up the middle. Good gain for him, and he'll be knocked down at the 32. Daniel Adams looked like he had something down there. As might have some mic problems again.
Nope, I was just listening to you talk.
Oh, I thought you had your hand up. Well, never mind. Well, the final seconds are ticking away here, and Newcomerstown is going to be victorious 46-7. Big IVC win, and it snaps the two-game losing skid for Newcomerstown. As the faithful here in Trojan country now up and celebrating. Credit to East Canton coming in here. We knew it was going to be a tall order for them, but some missed moments for them, some things they'll look back on and say we got to improve upon. But, hey, they did get the nice kickoff return, and there were a couple moments there where the Hornets definitely have stuff to build on for the remaining weeks of this season.
Yeah, in a lot of games, even if you lose like this, you're still finding positives in it. And yeah, that kick return's definitely a big one. I think the pass game, I think if you tune it up a little bit more, get some more time with those guys together, that's going to be a really dangerous team, especially with having Mason Reinhardt. He has a lot of potential to be a really good quarterback down the line. I think it's just a freshman. You're still developing your talent and everything like that. So I think we have a lot in store for this East Canton team that is very young, and you have some positives to take away. But, Newcomerstown gets to walk away with the win.
We will see if we can get head coach Dirk Gadd for a post-game interview shortly here, as, of course, he's probably going to want to go address his team first and foremost. We're going to tally up stats, come back with your McInturf Realty Player of the Game, and, of course, your post-game show powered by Dumont Sporting Goods. Also, as a reminder, all of the players for both teams now will get to power up with chocolate milk, all thanks to the Tuscarawas County Dairy Farmers Association, who provide chocolate milk for the postgame. After a tough game like this, especially with all the handoffs on the ground, you're definitely going to want that chocolate milk to recharge. Stick around. Big Z Sports has your postgame show after this.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast, professional service to get you back on the road? This is Garrett Jacobs with AutoWorks Collision Center. We service cars, trucks, SUVs, and even semi-trucks and RVs. Whether you need auto glass replacement, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just a free estimate, AutoWorks has you covered. We even offer alignments for your heavy-duty vehicles like buses, motorhomes, and semis with our state-of-the-art Hunter alignment system. Call 330-878-4223, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Let AutoWorks of Strasburg work for you.
The certified public accountants at Niedenthal & Company believe in the value of relationships. Niedenthal & Company has been in business for over 50 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Niedenthal & Company can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop in to the Niedenthal facility on North Wooster Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
Dr. Nathan Springer is in the business of making smiles, specializing in braces and Invisalign for children and adults. Dr. Springer provides smiles that can be recognized anywhere. Just look at the winning smile on some of the players. Compliments of Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics. Hey, that smile of pride on the face of mom and dad might be from Dr. Springer too. Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics, in the business of making smiles, at 107 Ray Avenue Northeast in New Philadelphia.
Jeff Wallach LLC is a family-owned and operated company proudly serving greater Northeast Ohio and surrounding communities for over 25 years. We specialize in vinyl siding, replacement windows and doors, gutters, downspouts, and much more. We provide quality service regardless of the size or scope of the project. Our crews are reliable, respectful, and mindful of a safe work environment. Jeff Wallach LLC is certified by the Better Business Bureau. Call today and discover how we can assist you in making your vision a reality.
T-County Boxing Academy on East High in New Philadelphia invites anyone serious about boxing to see what they offer and have success just like pro boxer and Urixville's own Sugar Dre Donovan. T-County Boxing Academy not only offers the area's premier training facility, but also offers the best supplements on the market for peak training to get the most out of your workouts. To see all T-County Boxing Academy has to offer, find T-County Boxing Academy-TCBA on Facebook.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
The certified public accountants at Niedenthal & Company believe in the value of relationships. Niedenthal & Company has been in business for over 50 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Niedenthal & Company can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop in to the Niedenthal facility on North Wooster Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
He's still in. Welcome back now to Newcomerstown, Big Z Sports with your post-game show, brought to you by Dumont Sporting Goods. We will head down to the field now as Daniel Adams has head coach Dirk Gadd here after his team's big 46-7 win. Daniel, go ahead and take it away.
Hey, I'm here with Coach Gadd. Coach, a demanding win, breaking the streak. How are you feeling right now? How do you think about your team's performance?
I feel good about our performance. I think we had a lot of kids that stepped up. We had a lot of different kids that made plays tonight. Proud of our effort. It's nice to get back on the winning track. We've come off 2 tough games, and I was hoping those 2 games made us better. And from the sideline view, it looks like we got better. We'll see when I watch film.
Coach, quarterback Clayton Fish, passing the ball a little bit more, a couple more passing touchdowns. How did you feel about his performance tonight, being able to sling the ball a little bit more than playing corner, which is not a position that he's played before?
Yeah, Clayton did a nice job. Our offensive line gave him some time tonight to make throws. We know Clayton's capable of making those throws, and he made them tonight. You got to hit the receivers when they're running down the field wide open and get the ball off, and Clayton did that. We had some receivers that made the catches that they're supposed to make, and it all started up front. And so, I'm proud of our guys up front for giving Clayton the time to make those throws, and he did a nice job making them.
All right, Coach, highlight us a little bit about next week's matchup. What's your expectations, and what are you wanting from your kids?
Next week we got Central Catholic. I haven't watched them on film. I don't know a whole lot about Central Catholic. We've honestly really been focused on this game. This was the most important one for us to get started here in conference play, and we got this one now. Coach Cummings does a great job. He always impresses me with, the amount of kids he gets and what he does with those kids. So, they always play us tough, and I expect he'll have them ready to go. I'm sure they're hungry to win, and we'll get to work on Monday and see what we got.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you. That was Dirk Gadd, 1-0 in the IVC. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you for that, Daniel. As Coach Gadd very pleased overall, I think, with his team's kind of turnaround there, and we'll see if Daniel can get those coolers over to the East Canton and Newcomers. We're just having Daniel run all over the place, right, man?
Yeah, I had them set it out for this, but I don't think they realized it was for them, so I'm going to go hit them up at the locker room.
We're going to take them over to the locker room. Of course, thank you to the Tuscarawas County Dairy Farmers Association hooking up all the players with chocolate milk. As we are still tallying up some stats, kind of going through the final synopsis of this game. And, boy, what a game it was, all over the place out of the backfield. And, Andrew, that's something that we've come to expect out of Newcomerstown. When you come here, you're going to get some big carries and some big contributions. But how about the contributions tonight for Clayton Fish, for Tanner Smith, and for Dom Singer? I mean, Carter McConnell also found the end zone. And I believe Brody Brickles, carried the ball a couple different times. Didn't quite find the end zone, but, he made some big plays as well. That defense, too, was just ball hawking.
Everybody did a wonderful job tonight for Newcomerstown. I'm sure Coach still has some stuff that he'd like to work on. Mm-hmm. But all in all, I'd say, your run game, you have great things there. Your second stringers still look like they are great developmental players that as they get older and as they get more time back there, they will get even better. We got to see them tonight, and they still looked halfway decent. So I think Newcomerstown's run game is very much intact, and that they're going to be able to rely on this for a lot more in their history. So definitely a big game for them in that run game. I did want to see him pass it a little bit more come the end of the game. Come on, you got to try something out. But, yeah, definitely
I think they did more than enough.
I think all in all, that's a very good game to hang your hat on. That defense having, special teams awards and, all in all getting a lot of, tackles for losses and sacks and even just pass breakups. They did a really good job, preventing yards. And even whenever there were yards, it wasn't hanging our hats and going, oh, we allowed some yards. We're still up. So I think they were able to, get excited about that and stay excited about that, where, I think that was the problem with East Canton, that, we're down so much. It's hard to get that momentum and that excitement about playing into whenever it's a 39-point deficit. Yeah, even if we score, it's still 32. The clock's still rolling. And it's just a hard thing to overcome, especially with that large of a deficit.
For sure.
At that age level, yeah, it's something that I know it's a heartbreaker. You now have an hour drive home, that it's not going to be a fun ride. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they're able to, recover and have a good night next week with their opponents, or, try and have some recovery into this and see some of the positives, especially that kick return. There's still positives in tonight for East Canton. So
absolutely. Well, stick around. We've got more of the Dumont Sporting Goods post-game show as we will hand out our McInturf Realty Player of the Game, and we'll button everything up here from Newcomerstown. Nick, Andrew, and Daniel back after this.
The Tuscarawas County dairy farmers want you to know that low-fat chocolate milk is a great choice for student athletes and hard workers. It provides the nutrition needed after practices, games, or a hard day at work, and it tastes great. Low-fat chocolate milk is packed with carbohydrates for energy, proteins to repair muscles, fluids to rehydrate, plus vitamins and minerals to help build strong bones and bodies. It's the official beverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tuscarawas County Dairy Farmers. Farms, family, food.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. The past 30 years, the residents in and around the Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff of McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of those communities, there is nothing better than high school sports. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty, 330-364-SOLD, or find us online at McInturfRealty.net.
People are always asking, what is Cartoons? I hear that name on the radio all the time. Cartoons is a radio shop in New Philadelphia that specializes in tuning up your stereo system on anything you drive or ride. We tune up car tunes, truck tunes, boat tunes, motorcycle tunes, RV tunes, new and used vehicle tunes. We carry the best brands from Kenwood, Sony, Alpine, Pioneer, just to name a few. Cartoons also carries a full line of lighting accessories, backup camera systems, remote starts, or just need it installed? Give us a call. Cartoons on West High Avenue in New Philly. Be there.
Busy schedule? Check out Benson's Heat and Eat section with a variety of entrees and sides for you to choose from. And don't forget, Monday through Friday from 4 to 6, Benson's culinary team prepares hot, made-from-scratch dinners, complete with garden salad and bread and butter. Just call ahead to order. For daily and weekly specials, visit bensonsmc.com. Follow them on Facebook or stop into the market. Benson's Market and Catering, 207 North Worcester Avenue in Dover.
Take a second to step outside of your daily life and breathe. Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District brings that perfect break from a busy life and great destinations for relaxing, camping, fishing, hiking, family-friendly activities, and so much more. Atwood and Tappan Lakes also have new campsites with full hookup connections and full-service marinas. Reserve your adventure now at mwcd.org. The Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District would also like to congratulate all of the area athletes on a great season.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Planning your next vacation or home improvement project and worried about managing expenses? CSB can help with that. Setting a goal is the first step to achieving your vision, and CSB's Money Manager tool helps you get started. Whether you are recovering from Christmas spending or preparing to send kids to college, the Personal Financial Management tool helps you set goals, track your spending, and monitor your progress. Money Manager is available within CSB's online banking. Check it out today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Novellus Urixville is the world leader in aluminum recycling, and they need you. They have immediate openings for general laborers, equipment operators, and various skilled trade positions. They'll start you at $22 per hour or higher. There are advancement opportunities, and Novellus offers industry-leading benefits. To apply or find out more, go to novellus.com/careers and search Urixville. That's novellus.com/careers and search Urixville. Novellus is an equal opportunity employer.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Kime, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Kime Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has just what you're looking for, so your athletes have the best gear for the sports they love. Dumont has a large apparel selection and can handle your customized screen printing and embroidery for your team or business. For sporting goods and all your apparel, Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has everything you want to play and look your best.
One final time today from the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio as we are set from Newcomerstown to round out our post-game show brought to you by Dumont Sporting Goods. Now time to give away the McInturf Realty Player of the Game. Andrew, we went back and forth on this a little bit as we're going to actually send it down to Daniel Adams, who's standing with our player of the game. So if you know the numbers for Newcomerstown, we're spoiling it for you already. 3 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown. Also had a big 97-yard kickoff return as well. Something that Coach Gadd said was do well in the special teams, and he definitely did it. Daniel Adams is down there now with our player of the game, Tanner Smith.
Hey, I'm down here with Tanner Smith. For a team that runs the ball a lot, how does it feel to, get some production, a couple catches for a couple touchdowns and some good yards?
Yeah, it feels great. I'm definitely excited whenever Clayton comes into the huddle and calls the throw to my side because it gets all my hopes up. So
now let me ask you this: the big highlight probably of the game for you had to be that 97-yard, kickoff return. What was going through your head? That's a lot of yards and a lot of things going on. Tell me your thought process, throughout that.
Yeah, so it landed, and I wasn't going to grab it at first, but then it stopped rolling, so I had to pick it up. And right as I looked up, there were so much people, so I just had to go outside. And then, I got some really good blocks by Carter and Brody, and then I kind of ran out of gas at the 10-yard line and almost got caught. But, so.
Hey, man, you finished. That's all that matters. I'm here. That's Tanner Smith. Congratulations to him. Up to you, Nick.
Thank you for that, Daniel. Again, a big congratulations to Tanner Smith, our sophomore, who wins the McInturf Realty Player of the Game. He said he's never done an interview like that before. He did fine.
I think he did a really good job. I was saying even the guy we had last time I was on for Canton Valley Strasburg, he also was like,
also a sophomore and did great.
And they're like, I'm so nervous. And then once you do it, you're like, it's actually isn't that bad. It's actually pretty easy. You kind of just give me most of the question, and I just got to give my last 10% in.
3 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown and a 97-yard kickoff return touchdown for our player of the game. Real quick, down to Daniel Adams. Final thoughts there, Daniel, on a very convincing 46-7 win for Newcomerstown.
Very happy for the Trojans tonight. It's really hard when you get to that mid-season and you go down 2 games to very tough opponents. This was, and coming into conference play, they want to be able to repeat as IVC North champions. And, this was a very convincing win for them. They looked like they knew what they're doing. All their young guys were getting involved. Leadership out on the field from their several captains and whatnot. Overall, a good night in Newcomerstown, Nick.
Definitely was. Andrew, how about for you? Any final thoughts for this one? It was a game that kind of judged off of how we talked from earlier on. Kind of probably went the way we thought it would have. We thought Newcomerstown could handle East Canton, but I think Newcomerstown got a little bit of their mojo back for one after those 2 losses.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think that this is definitely one of those, all right, well, we won. All right, we're back on track. Everything's still going well. Your head's right. You're kind of those, especially those losses you had, a shutout, and then you have that heartbreaker that was looking a whole lot like it was going to be a comeback. Mm-hmm. So this week, getting that, locked in, no doubter, 39-point win over East Canton definitely kind of gets you your mojo back. You start feeling yourself. I'm sure Coach is still going to give them something that they did wrong, but you still walk away tonight. You go home, go to bed happy, going, we won and we won big. And next week we're going to win big again, and we're going to win big again. And your heart starts thumping, and you're like, we're going to just keep on winning every week now.
It's the mindset you have to have. Well, great job again, as always, and thank you for tuning in today for today's presentation of high school football. Newcomerstown tops East Canton 46-7 out of the IVC. A big thank you, too, to all of our sponsors, TMK Valley Propane, Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, Novellus, and DAC Vitamins and Minerals, and a thank you to the Claxon Communications crew tonight, Gage Wright and Abby Wright, running your camera and running your production. Always do a wonderful job, does Claxon Communications. Nick for Andrew, as well as Daniel, signing off again for one more broadcast here with Big Z Sports. Stick around, of course. We are going to be at a high school near you soon, and also tune in to 99.9 FM as we have your post-game show, bringing you all the scores from the area coming up in just a few minutes. So long for now, Z Country.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. The past 30 years, the residents in and around the Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff of McInturf Realty for buying and selling their residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of those communities, there is nothing better than high school sports. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty, 330-364-SOLD, or find us online at McInturfRealty.net.
Thanks for listening to Big Z Sports. Tonight's show was presented by Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, Novellus, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, TMK Valley Propane, First National Bank of Denison, the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team, Wood Electric, Keim Home Center, Niedenthal and Company, the Commercial and Savings Bank, Dr. Nathan Springer, Auto Works Collision Center, and First Federal Community Bank. Follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter at @Big_Z Sports, and on Instagram. Thank you for listening to Big Z Sports on 99.9 WTUZ, Z Country.